Live on mobile.
Mic check, mic check. Gotta turn this volume down on Paramount Plus. But welcome in, guys. We're live for another episode here of Darwin's Raven. Of course, Baltimore hosting the Miami Dolphins today here at M&T Bank Stadium. Again, sorry for a little bit of the late start. I've been dealing with some neck problems this morning. Your boy might have already been throwing up a little bit, but we're trying to get through this, and maybe sitting here will, help my neck out. But again, thanks for everyone for joining us here, and let me make sure I got the game cast refreshed so it'll work properly. I'm going to slide off camera for just a moment as they get started here. Of course, like they're talking about here, guys, the big story tonight in Baltimore is if the Baltimore Ravens can, of course, win this game, which we're hoping to, the road through the playoffs will go through Baltimore. Baltimore would secure the #1 overall seed in the AFC and, of course, the AFC North. And, Baltimore could essentially rest their starters for the rest of the season. But something to keep an eye on, guys. If you didn't watch my episode of the R&R on Friday when we talked about the practice reports, Ravens, of course, had a lot of guys on the injury report, showed up today as well. Early on Thursday, too, the entire offensive line for the Dolphins was limited in practice. They're going to be without Robert Hunt today, one of their starting guards. Of course, Baltimore also without one of their starting guards today. That's going to be Kevin Zeiler. I almost called him Robert. One moment. Of course, Ravens going to be really hampered in the secondary today, guys. Of course, we're getting Arthur Mullet back, but Ravens going to be without Kyle Hamilton, Brandon Stevens, of course, Demarion Pepe Williams, still not back for the Ravens. We're really excited to see him. And here they are. They're talking about it now. Is Kevin Zeiler out with that knee quad injury? Also, a constant inactive throughout the season has been Lavalu, one of the final offensive linemen, of course, the Ravens took in this past draft. Was competing for that left guard job earlier in the season, but of course, the veteran Simpson taking the job and holding it down pretty admirably so far. And again, guys, I'm going to be trying to give y'all that same energy that I normally do. But like I said, my neck hurts so bad. I literally just spent the past hour using my massage gun and sitting in a shower, basically, trying to get the muscles around my neck and shoulders to loosen up. And another thing, keep an eye on, guys. Of course, we talked a bit about like Robert Hunt out for Miami. Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert, the two stars on the offensive side of the ball for the Dolphins, going to be out today. There they are talking about it. Knee and ankle for Mostert. Of course, ankle, we saw that injury live, when we were covering that game against the Cowboys. Again, congrats on the Dolphins. A big win. Both teams coming into this matchup a little beat up, after two big NFC opponents. Of course, Cowboys for the Dolphins, Niners for it. And there's Mike Macdonald in his sophomore year as the head coach of the Dolphins. I absolutely love Mike Macdonald. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if I should say that as a Raven fan, you know what I'm saying, but I'm going to try here to... We're going to see if we can get some videos up for y'all. We got a special treat here. just for our Dolphin fans and everyone joining in. Actually, hold on. We got to mute the game audio. Not what I wanted. All right, here we are. Favorite Mike McDaniel moments of the season. Got to turn the desktop audio on. Oh, of course, it's not actually. There we go.
Clock! I should announce that my wife went to the grocery store, which was exciting because I'm a big snack time guy. My wife was telling me that people are talking about me stealing people's girls. The dude had met her for 45 seconds.
What is it about Debo?
Who?
Mike Jones!
Mike Jones, let's go. What's up? I used to be able to really push it from game day to almost Wednesday without showering. Now that would be obvious. Equally excited for you guys to truly take in how physically imposing I am. So. I'm looking everywhere. Can you catch? All right. You look cheap, so I think we'll sign you. Well, he totally disappointed me. He called that he was going to come back and have a pick six, not a pick field goal.
I don't know about y'all. I personally, I got a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for Josh McDaniels, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. I got a lot of respect for him, and as y'all saw right there, he's a funny dude. I got another clip, too far buried, of course, for me to go find it. But it's, a camera comes running up on him after he wins the game, and of course he looks back at the camera, and then he just books it and takes off. Oh, we got the spammer back in chat. Hold on, getting my chat back up here.
I invite you to come join the family.
And we had to put all game into timeout. Yeah, Steve-O said, dude is hilarious. I agree, my guy. Like I said, I love watching the clips of him. I think, we might be in some potential for some, Mike McDaniels, Showtime magic today, if you get what I'm saying. Might get some good clips out of this. Oh my God, the audio on my phone is on. But welcome in QC, welcome in Chad Mears, welcome in Logan, Tenchi, Azo, all of the flock coming in to join us today. QC talking about they're honoring Ray Rice today. I know there's been a lot of talk about that. Logan mentioning too, we got the black and purple jerseys tonight, or I should say today, for the Baltimore Ravens in M&T Bank Stadium. I don't know about y'all. That's my second favorite uni combo for the Ravens. Personally, I love that all black look. I think it's just so sleek. I think sometimes, though, that white uniform, like in the Niners game, I'm like, man, sometimes when you're wearing that all white uni, just you disappear in someone's eyes with that bright light in primetime games. So, I got a lot of different opinions on it. Welcome in, Spyro. Welcome in, my boy, Chimera. Yep. Chimera striking the band hammer. And again, I appreciate y'all all for joining me today. If you see me messing with my neck a lot, like I said, I was so violently sick this morning. I've always had a little bit of neck issues, and sometimes your boy wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, kind of, Oh, I haven't opened betting yet. Give me 1 second. I see Spyro trying to get that betting started. Let me get... Give me 1 second.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Dolphins, sorry. I was running so far behind on everything today, because I was sick this morning that Like I said, I didn't get that done yet, so let me get that 100% done. Duration. I will allow bets up to 100,000. Oh, we got this guy back again.
Conditions 49 degrees, wind not a huge factor right now. Of course, that can change.
Back into timeout he goes for 24 hours because I didn't see the spawn or.
Well, pretty simple from the Baltimore side of things. They win.
And
They're the number 1 seed. For Miami,
there we go.
and they stay alive.
Officially, betting has opened, guys. Using your loyalty points, you can use exclamation point bet Ravens space Ravens or Dolphins space 1 and between 100,000 to register your bet with my Streamlabs. Ravens won the toss, going to defer possession to the second half. Barrios the man back deep, and again, guys, Ravens wearing the black tops, purple pants with some black socks, and it looks clean AF in Baltimore. Looks like a beautiful day at M&T Bank as Tucker gets this ball away deep. And my God, this guy keeps coming back today. Apologize, guys. Let's get him back out of here.
Impressive. Could be the highest in franchise history if he maintains it the last 2 weeks. Leads the NFL in passing yards.
Wow, New England took the opening kickoff back to the house, says Chimera. 6-0 Patriots to start the game. Hey, Streamlabs recognizing In Yo Face got the combo of the emotes going. That's kind of funny, actually. 1st and 10 here for the Dolphins. Halfback in motion to the left side. They're going to go there. A cane. They call it a can, so my apologies, a can. But my God, he made everyone look like they were moving in slow motion there as a huge gain of 23 yards on the left side. Was a pass at or behind the line of scrimmage, basically like a little screen pass, outlet pass setup. And my God. Again, showing why he was leading the league in rushing at the beginning of the season before he had that injury. Flock's getting loud at M&T as Ravens look like they might bring pressure here. Ball at the 48-yard line. Little toss going left, and Achane with nothing on the play. Maybe a gain of a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Ball just short of the 50-yard line. Thank you for telling me I have audio on the game. Got that cut out. Thank you. My boy Azo. And if y'all don't know, again, Azo got that little egg next to his name. Azo became our first ever official member here on the channel in our last stream. Big shout out to my boy. 2nd and 9, 13:44 here on the clock. Trips right for the Dolphins. They're looking there. And going on the left side on the slant, and that's going to be Tyreek for a first down as the Dolphins enter Baltimore's territory. That's going to be a pickup of 12. And let's watch this. It's Marlin in coverage right on his back, but good job. And we saw a little bit of that motion. They keep calling him Achane, man, and that's driving me nuts. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but I'm going to guess that they've got it right and I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Play action left, rolling out to his right. He's got an open man. That's the fullback Ingold, and out of bounds on the right side. And looks like Dolphins are in the red zone early as they are moving down the field quickly on this Ravens defense. They sell everything left. Naked bootleg right. Ingold rolls out as the single guy kind of on the right side, and nobody there with him on the play. Yeah, this Dolphin team is no joke. Let's just say that, you know. Achane going right, and he's got another first down. Ball down at what looks like the 8-yard line. Inside the 10 for sure. As the Ravens need to buckle down. And again, a big thing for the Ravens we're talking about this week, of course, that bend don't break mentality is, like Roquan said, the playing field is only 100 yards. That doesn't include the end zone. 100 yards, only about 53 yards wide. Just got to play within certain limits. Of course, Brandon Stephens and Kyle Hamilton out today for the Baltimore defense. Big storyline we're going to be following, of course, throughout the game. First and goal. Going to be a handoff going up the middle, and Achane with nowhere to go as the Ravens defense is going to push him backwards. No gain. 11:35 here in the first, bringing up a second and goal. Of course, you know I'm betting 10,000 of my loyalty points on the Baltimore Ravens. Again, for our newer viewers, you can earn loyalty points by following, viewing, chatting, different things like that, interacting here on the channel. And you can use those loyalty points to play fun little mini games as well as bet on the games. Look forward to the future. We might use loyalty points for other fun little things like extra raffle tickets. Shotgun set, Tua looking right and going to be short, incomplete as Arthur Mullet's in coverage against Tyreek Hill. Definitely didn't think I'd see that matchup today, but a lot of Raven fans have been critical of Arthur Mullet. Honestly, I think he's played pretty well for the Ravens this year. Definitely played better than Caillou Blue Kelly, but third and goal as the Ravens try to make a huge red zone stand here on the Dolphins' first drive of the day. Ravens look like they're only bringing 4. Tyreek Hill in a trips formation left. Double motion on that side. Tua's looking there over the middle, and he's got Wilson over the middle for a slant touchdown. Marcus Williams looked like he was there in coverage, but great catch by Wilson. Great catch by Tua. Let's watch the replay. So Wilson kind of outside, inside. Basically, it's just a fake outside, comes back inside on the slant, and great route combo, great catch as the Dolphins are going to take an early lead against Baltimore. Barring, of course, the PAT 7-0 with 11 minutes. And this is something the Ravens talked a little bit about, throughout the week as well. Even though, of course, they are without Jalen Waddle today and Raheem Mostert, they have a lot of different guys, and just their system specifically really can just spread the ball around. And just they're showing there, they've got a lot of faith in their guys. Of course, these other guys aren't Jalen Waddle, but given the system, you can still find some good open looks. Great job right there, again, on the route by Wilson for the Dolphins. After, of course, this commercial, though, we're going to see Lamar Jackson coming out for the first drive here of the day. Hopefully, Ravens can respond. I'm really interested to see who's going to be taking over at right guard today for Kevin Zeitler. Of course, I believe the favorite is going to be Ben Cleveland, who took over for him at the end of that San Francisco game, but definitely something to keep an eye on for the Ravens offense. Of course, like we talked about on the defensive side, the absence of Kyle Hamilton, Brandon Stephens, and the continued absence of Demarion Pepe Williams in the secondary. Logan, oh my gosh, nah, we don't talk like that, man. We're not trying to injure nobody. Tua having an MVP style season, it would break my heart to see an injury, so we never wish for injuries here on the channel. Like Azo said, we better than that, homie. We're better than that here on this channel, right? But, hey, thank you, Clifton, for the subscribe, my guy. Hope you're having a great New Year's Eve today. And again, thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Darwin's Ravens so far today. You could be anywhere here on New Year's Eve, but you're hanging out with me. We're scheduled, of course, also to call the Vikings-Packers game later tonight. Barring, of course, my neck feeling okay. For everyone that's new that's joined us, I've been having a lot of neck pain this morning and got sick, so we're trying to bear through, though, because I want to watch this Ravens win. Round 1, fight. You know what's really funny, guys? I tried so hard to find a Mortal Kombat gif of round 1 fight on Giphy, and I could, of course, I could find plenty of finish him ones, but I could not find a round 1 fight gif. So, enjoy that one. And of course, if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. Like my boy Joe Swanson says, hey, smash that like button. And we're going to see a return here for the Ravens. That's Justice Hill on the return, tripped up and down at what looks like the 25, 26-yard line. So maybe only a gain of 1, but basically back where he would have started. And again, if you're here for Darwin's Raven, don't forget, you've chosen wisely, my friends. We're always trying to have fun here on the channel, right? And again, for all our newer viewers, we have a loyalty point system. You can see that on the right side of my screen. Check it out. You'll see some of my admins playing around with it. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. 10:56 here in the first quarter. Play action. Lamar with a good pocket. Going deep right. He's got a wide open man. And outstretched hands. Diving catch. That's Bateman. And again, guys, if you didn't watch the Ravens report on Friday, we talked about it. Rashad Bateman finally starting to get his feet underneath him. And a little double move there on the right side and just da-na-na. You're going to see that on ESPN Top 10. Little slant and go kind of just plants his foot in the ground. Just leaves his man. Let's get the Bateman gif up. And there we go. The announcer's talking about it. Bateman's been having his best weeks of practice. It's been the most healthy he's been since we drafted him, Ravens flock. Don't you worry. And oh, we got boos. Okay, they have to rechange the game clock, so they're adding 20 seconds back to the game clock. Oh, they're saying no catch. Ooh. They're saying the ball. Let's watch the replay one more time here. Oh, that's tough. They're going to say no catch, guys. That's heartbreaking for the flock. I don't know. And Lamar missing a wide open guy on the deep throw by inches. That's heartbreaking to see. And a run up the middle going to bring up a 3rd and what looks like 6 on the play is. I know Jackson having a little bit of words with Zay there. Zay probably telling him, yo, I'm about to do the same thing. Hit me. Let me ask, flock, do y'all think that was a catch? Jonathan Thompson, we're rooting on for the Ravens today. Logan was talking about that play brought back. That was heartbreaking. And like, that's those throws you got to hit. Your dude was wide open. 10-yard separation. Triple F formation here for the Ravens. Odell Bateman on that side. 3rd and 6. 10:05 here in the first. Lar looking right. Going there. He's got a wide open man again. It's Justice Hill. And once again in that same area on the right side, Jackson finds a wide open man. And we've got a flag as Jackson's looking at the refs like, what? Pass interference on the offense. Let's watch the replay. The Boo Birds are out in Baltimore right now. And he was not, and Harbaugh, avid with the ref right now. You know, I likely didn't extend. And look at that. Harbaugh is losing it on the ref on the sideline right now. He did not actively block the guy, but of course he had nowhere to go, so he just stood there. I don't really agree with that call, but I kind of understand it. 9:33 and a 3rd and 16 now after the penalty. Screenplay right, that's Hill trying to make something happen. He's got some blockers, makes another cut. He's putting on his Ray Rice impression on field as he makes a miracle play on the screen. That's going to be a gain of 18 for a first down. 9:15 in the first as the Ravens make 3 huge plays back to back to back. And watch this blocking. That's Cleveland, Simpson, and Linderbaum with huge blocks on the screen. All three of the interior linemen for the Ravens coming up huge on that play. What up, my boy David? What up? Play action. Lamar got a good pocket all day. Going deep right. He's got a man open. That's Zay. And once again on the right side of the field in the same spot, Zay finds some time as Lamar didn't even have to scramble to buy time. Had what looked like a full 5 to 8 seconds. Just Zay on a deep corner out route. I don't even know. Let's watch this. Zay coming from the slot. He's running up the seam basically. Just looks like a 15-yard out route almost in a way. Maybe he was just going seam and you know, scramble ruled. But Todd Monken stressed a lot of it. They've been doing scrambled rules. And it's paying off for the Ravens. Gus Edwards with a strong run on the right side. Going to be a gain of maybe about 4 on the play. 8 minutes here in the first. What a game we've already had, guys. Dolphins come out strong with a first drive. Ravens moving down the field right now on the Dolphins side of the field as Zay Flowers checking out for the Ravens. Second and 6 officially after the run. Trips right for the Ravens. Bateman, the sole receiver on the X side. Aguilar motioning over there. Lamar looking there. He's got Bateman on a slant over the middle. Got some extra blocking. He's still on his feet and down at the 19-yard line as the Ravens enter the red zone. And Ramsey having some words with one of his teammates, getting very animated right now with one of his Dolphins teammates saying, "Come on, man." Obviously got some miscommunication. And for those that don't know, Zach Seiler, they're showing right there, number 92 for the Dolphins. Might sound familiar. Former 7th-round pick, last pick of Ozzie Newsome's last draft. Got cut by the Baltimore Ravens, has 7.5 sacks, one of the best interior defensive linemen so far in the NFL this season. 1st and 10, Aguilar in motion again for the Ravens. Lamar looks left, looks right. He's got a wide open man, and Justice Hill beats his man. It looks like a wheel route on the right side, and the Ravens have struck the same place on the field 5+ times in this drive alone, and this one resulting in a touchdown to Hill. Touchdown, Ravens! Let's cue up the Hill gif. Justice Hill and Lamar showing we might be in store tonight, guys, or today, for a shootout. With both teams, of course, struggling with some injuries. Ravens on defensive side, Dolphins on the offensive side, but 6:39 as Tucker, of course, makes it a 7-7 game here in Baltimore. What do y'all think? Give me your official predictions, guys. If you're here in chat, let me know. What do you think the final score is going to be? Of course, we've got the official betting open for loyalty points in the chat, so make sure if you haven't done it, get your bet in before halftime, and I close the betting. For those that are new to the channel, again, you can gain loyalty points by follows, every 5 minutes you spend in the chat and engage in chat, super chats, membership, things like that. So make sure you definitely check it out. Of course, the Ravens can clinch the number 1 overall seed in the AFC with this win. Currently, their percentage chance to clinch the number 1 seed coming into this game is 74%. Dolphins actually have a 25% chance. Of course, on the Dolphins side of the ball, if the Dolphins can somehow come away with a win today, and they win out, the Dolphins could actually obtain the number 1 seed. So a lot on the line here for the AFC. Bradley Chubb, of course, the all-star rusher, the Ravens have to look out for today on the defensive side of the ball. In his last 3 games, accumulated 20 pressures. That's tied for first in the NFL over that time. 4 sacks and has a 25.6% win rate. So definitely can't take him lightly. Of course, Devon, I keep mispronouncing the name. I'm going to call him a Kane. I don't care what they call him. 75.0 PFF grade as a runner and receiver in the last since week 13. He's the only halfback to achieve that grade over that timeline. Of course, was leading the NFL beginning of the season, went down with injury. Mozart stepped in, became, showed that Pro Bowl level play. And then, of course, now a Kane coming back healthy for the Dolphins, always a threat. Another little shout out, someone you got to kind of keep an eye on here, maybe for the Dolphins. Van Winkle, man, right in time for holidays, edge rusher for the Dolphins, has really stepped up for them. Of course, they had Jalen Phillips, the Achilles injury earlier in the season went down, and they've really had to fill in on the opposite side of Bradley Chubb. And Winkle and I believe Emmanuel Ogbah gotten some snaps over there, and Winkle actually been playing pretty good. I almost made my Pro Bowl votes, to be honest with you. And there's Lamar Jackson, 20 passes, 5 rushing touchdowns, most in careers. Josh Allen has 5, Cam Newton was 4, so Lamar just continuing trying to make history. Fun little fact, again, if you didn't drop into my Ravens R&R on Friday, the Ravens are a league best 6-1 against teams entered with a winning record. Baltimore's plus 133 point differential in those 4 games is the 4th best in the Super Bowl era. The Ravens have 7 wins by 14 plus points this season. All of those opponents are currently above 500. Houston, Cleveland, Detroit, Seattle, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, San Francisco, trying to make it 8 wins with Miami. And again, no team in history has had more than 5 regular season wins by that differential, according to Opta Stats. So again, Ravens trying to make a little bit of history here today. And again, frustrating as shit, guys, for everyone that's new here, join us on the channel. I am paying for this game. I am watching this game on Paramount Plus, which I bought a subscription for specifically to call the games, to try to give a better coverage. The Gamecast on ESPN is still ahead of me. What the shit, CBS? That is garbage. Can we get this fixed? First Nintendo for the Miami Dolphins, 6:34 here on the clock, as Tua comes out for his second offensive drive, trying to get something started today. Looking left, and able to sneak a ball in through those 2 men as Tyreek Hill makes a great catch down at the 43-yard line as the Dolphins, and just like that, the Dolphins are almost at midfield. And Tyreek just running slants and posts and just kind of sneaking in between the backers, dropping on that play. Patrick Queen and Roquan dropping into coverage. Marlon basically has the over-top coverage, what looks like probably a zone coverage, and Tyreek just does a good job timing-wise, and great job by Tua to get that throw in there. Toss play going left here. That's a Kane or Achane. Oh, he's got a huge hole. He's down the left sideline. The 30, the 20, the 15 as he's pushed out of bounds as Achane makes a huge play for the Dolphins. Again, showing why he was leading the league in rushing before that injury for the Dolphins. And again, for those that are newer here on the channel, if you don't know, guys, Achane was, of course, featured in my pre-draft special of guys we were focusing on second round or later predicted picks in the draft. My running back room looks all pro, so make sure you go check that out. Patrick, POV, you must not be allowed to show the game. I'm not allowed to show the game. DMCA immediately if I do. And Achane going to actually lose yards on the play. Loss of 2 on the play. 5 minutes here in the second as we've got a Dolphins player heading to the locker room. That's Xavier Howard going down the starting left corner for the Dolphins, and he's going back in a cart to M&T Bank Stadium, left foot. And they can thank the Ravens actually have a cart for their medical staff, unlike the Commanders. So we're able to help that guy off the sideline or off the field. Achane with a screen on the right side, able to gain some good yards, and he's going to be down at the 12 of the Ravens. And Kyle Van Noy with a little bit of a push late, but I think he's telling someone to get off Patrick Queen. Luckily, no flag with 4:15 here in the first. Logan predicting a 45-22 win for the Ravens. Whew, I wish, man. I hope we win that big. CJ says, how the heck do you not have at least 1,000 subscribers? I don't know, my guy. We're trying here, guys. We're trying. Get the word out. Let the flock know. Patrick POV says, Lamar has to win, man. He deserves the MVP in the Super Bowl. I'm praying to. This is the best Ravens team I've seen in years. 3rd and 7 in the red zone. Tua going over the and Tyreek had the touchdown and then bobbled it as he was getting ready to celebrate early. As, oh my God, what just happened? Are they going to count this? I can see on Gamecast somehow the Dolphins score. And again, frustrating, guys. Gamecast on ESPN that I'm showing y'all to try to give y'all a better quality content somehow has the game faster than Paramount Plus, where I am paying to watch this game. I do not understand. As Jason Sanders comes out here for the Dolphins, 27-yard field goal attempt, and as we know, it's good. Dolphins going to take a 10-7 lead with 3:39 here in the first. Welcome back in, Zen and Dark. How y'all doing, my guys? Jonathan says, what colors jersey are the Dolphins wearing? If I'm not mistaken, they're wearing those all-white jerseys mostly with like the trim. I have to look again in a second to keep it 100. And for those that are new joining us, I'm sorry. Like, you'll see me. I'm grabbing my neck a lot today. I've had some neck issues, and when I woke up today, my neck was just so messed up, and I was so violently ill and sick this morning. I spent an hour with my massage gun and in the shower before the stream today trying to loosen up my shoulder and neck. So apologies again if you see me like grabbing, like I said, my neck. College Life joined us, says, let's go, Fins up. College Life, you missed it. I was playing a montage of top favorite 10 Mike McDaniels moments of the season. You know, him just doing all the funny little things. I'll be honest, I'm a fan of Mike McDaniels. I love watching all the funny little clips of him. I think he's a great head coach. And, you know, like I said, I think we talked about it earlier in the stream, maybe before you joined. I think we are in tune for some absolute gold off the NFL mics after this game. For those that don't know, Mike McDaniels, funny guy, funny coach. His players love him. I'll be honest, guys, I'm a Ravens fan, but I live here like 2 hours from Miami. You know, I got a policy of honesty here on the stream. I have applied to some Miami Dolphins jobs at the Hard Rock Stadium over the past like 2 years here in Florida. You know, even I wanted to be part of that fun crew for Mike McDaniels. Of course, the Miami Dolphins did not answer me, so we're just crying on the inside here on Darwin's Raven. Don't worry about us. We're doing good. We're doing good. You know, the girlfriend's given up some special time here on New Year's Eve to allow us, of course, to be streaming these games. So big shout out, of course, to the girlfriend. Len and Yoko, Forever Bunnies. We could win 34-27. Oh, I know, man. I really would like kind of the number one seed just so we could get this extra rest for some of our guys like Kyle Hamilton. By the way, handed out 1,000 loyalty points to all current viewers in the stream. You can do exclamation points, no spaces, like it says on the right side of my screen there, and that'll actually tell you how many loyalty points you have. You can use those loyalty points, guys, to bet on who you think will win the game, play little fun mini games in the chat, and different little stuff. So make sure you check it out. Dolphins going to put this one back in the end zone, so Ravens going to get started at the 25-yard line as they're trying to respond with a touchdown. And big story, of course, for the Ravens, not only Kyle Hamilton out today, but Brandon Stephens. Of course, Brandon Stephens was celebrating his birthday on Friday. If you didn't know that, Ravens flock, make sure you go wish him a special happy birthday. Definitely deserving, in my opinion, of the Pro Bowl nod this year. I made sure to get my vote in, and we're trying to go to the Pro Bowl this year. Actually haven't bought my ticket. I said I was going to the other night. I'm still trying to get some on-field access for the Pro Bowl, so make sure you come back and check out for some exclusive content. 1st and 10, Lamar Jackson play action. Got some time going over the middle, and that's a huge catch by Bateman. with a man all over him, and Bateman showing off today in Baltimore for the Ravens fans. And that's a huge outstretched catch over the middle, ball way over his head, reaching up and back. Number 7 showing off for the crowd today. And again, for those that aren't Raven fans, they should know, Bateman's caught a little flack in Baltimore over the past few years, but we talked about on the R&R on Friday, really getting his feet underneath him. 2:55, 1st and 10 here for the Ravens. 4 wide as Hill's going to get the handoff going right. And not much to gain, maybe a gain of 2, but we've got a flag coming in late on the play as Moses looks like he's got a little something to say. And that's going to be against John Simpson of the Ravens. Going to be a holding call. Back us up 10 yards. Dark says, Darwin, please let them know my picks are 75% right. I know, guys. And again, like my stream boss telling you, make sure you get that bet in if you haven't already using your loyalty points. We've got 4 bets in officially, 3 for the Ravens, 1 for the Dolphins. Make sure if you're part of the flock, you get there. 5 wide look here for the Ravens on a 1st and 20. Lamar looking left, going short. He's got Aguilar, going to be a gain of maybe 4 on the play as Deshaun Elliott, the former Raven, saying, hey, man, don't throw the flag. Don't throw the flag. I swear that wasn't a late hit. And, of course, Raven flock, if you're not aware, there's 2 Ravens, of course, on this Miami Dolphins defense. You've got Deshaun Elliott and Zach Sealer, of course. Zach Sealer was, of course, Ozzie Newsome's last pick of his draft. The defensive tackle has over 7.5 sacks on the season for the Dolphins. PFF's 3rd best interior offensive lineman since week 13. 2nd and 16, 1:50 on the clock. Lamar looking middle, right, getting pressured, buying time, and going to get tripped up, and that's going to be a huge sack. Maybe a loss of 10 on the play potentially. And there's Zach Sealer, the former Raven, getting a sack against Lamar. And the Dolphins playing, looks like a little bit of man in zone there. And Chubb double teamed on the right side. And that's Van Winkle and Sealer getting the pressure on Lamar. 3rd and 25 now after the sack. Lamar with a deep drop, rolling left. He's going to go off for the run. He's got blocking, gets tackled, and going to be short by about 6 yards on the play. So large gain on the run, but unable to get the first down as Harbaugh is going to give him a handshake as he comes off the field for his effort. But punt team Jordan Stout coming out here for the Ravens. Got to find a way to stop this Tua-led offense. Lamar definitely a little frustrated right now. It says you got 0 points. Let me hand out some more loyalty points to all my viewers. Give me 1 second here and we'll get that out. One moment, and boom. Oh, wait. And that should have handed out another 1,000 loyalty points to all viewers. So whatever your long name is, if you want to do it again, you should have some points then. College Life says, I guess the Fins have to be on the road today. The Hard Rock crew needs extra time to clean up the blood from the Orange Bowl murder fest yesterday. Agreed. Fun fact, guys, if y'all don't know, by the way, of course, we're trying to go to the Pro Bowl in Orlando, a few hours away from me. And we've got Holding on the receiving team, so that's going to back up Miami on the punt a little bit. The Under Armour All-American Bowl is being held at Camping World Stadium, which is over there in Orlando. They're actually giving away tickets for free. It's January 3rd, so of course in 3 days. I've got 2 tickets. I'm thinking about going, guys, and maybe seeing if I can have some fun content from the All-American game. Let me know in chat if you'd be interested in, like watching some little short videos or, maybe some 10-minute videos of the All-American Bowl, from that stadium. I'm also thinking about doing it because, of course, that's where the Pro Bowl is being held. It would give me a chance to kind of check out the stadium a little bit before going for the Pro Bowl. So we're hoping here, right? And everyone getting them bets in. A lot of the Ravens flock getting the points in. Gosh, it still says he has 0 points. What the heck? We'll try giving it out again. And Tua throwing short left as Tyreek's looking for a flag. And again, we're handing out points constantly here on the channel right now. And Marlon, oh no, got a calf injury. He's listed as questionable return. So now 2 starting corners, one for the Ravens and one for the Dolphins, out today. And oh, he went down immediately on that special teams. Hey, thank you for the subscription, my guy. You yeg too with A-Chan trying to go up the right side, and 5-yard pickup as that's going to end the first quarter. Dolphins with a 3rd and short. Oh my God, my guys. My neck is killing me today. I'll be honest, guys. My neck has had some issues. The other day, I was in so much pain trying to do some shows and some recordings. I looked over at my girlfriend. I was like, if I just like lose consciousness, I was like, just please tell them to start looking at my neck first, like before anything. Oh my God. But we're trying, guys. It's also another reason we're in the gym. We're trying to, see maybe if it's just some muscular strengthening issues, I'm sorry I didn't do my normal pregame notes today that I normally have, so I don't have as many stats prepared as I normally do. But again, let's talk about this Ravens history right now that I did on Friday. The Ravens have, again, 7 wins by 14-plus points this season. All of those opponents are currently above 500 average win. No team in history has more than 5 regular seasons by 14-plus points. Again, that's crazy. And, of course, Miami could be the 8th team added on to that stat. Monday's night performance against the Niners was arguably one of their best games of the season, according to DVOA stats. Basically, only 3 teams since 1981 have had a higher DVOA at this point in the season than the 2023 Baltimore Ravens. Those 3 teams being the 2007 Patriots, the 1991 Washington Redskins, and the 1985 Bears. The Ravens have just had some crazy stats this year. And again, if you don't know, Zay Flowers, we did it, the official, I believe it was 84 yards is what he needs to technically break Torrey Smith's record for rookie receiving yards, which is, we got fingers crossed. We're hoping for Zay to break it. Of course, he already absolutely shattered the reception record, of course, previously held by Torrey Smith as well. For the Ravens. Lamar on pace, of course, for a potential historic season. We talked about in some of our videos previously, 3,800 passing yards, 900 rushing yards. Fell a little bit behind that rushing pace in the 49ers game, but looks like he might be making up some of those yards today. Again, one of those things, keep an eye on, guys. He already passed his career season passing yards in the 49er game as well. So having literally a career year under Todd Monken, something to keep an eye on. King saying our defense need to step up big time. They do 3rd and 5, and oh, that's a man over the middle. That's the tight end, and a huge gain over the middle. And Smythe, 22-yard gain over the middle for the Dolphins. As the Dolphins continue to carve up this zone defense of the Ravens today. TTV says he's shaking right now. Come on, Ravens. Give me a reason, Ravens, to queue up a defensive gift. Give me a reason. Play action. Tua getting pressured. He's going down. Let's go. As Kyle Van Noy continues his Pro Bowl season, basically. And that's something, guys, we talked about on our Friday edition of the R&R. Mike McDonald has turned Jadeveon Clowney and Kyle Van Noy into passing, rushing monsters. And if you don't know, back to his Michigan days, David Ajabo and Hutchinson, the first-round pick by the Detroit Lions, having a great year out there, gave a lot of credit to Mike McDonald for really unlocking their defensive potential on the outside, and he's showing it with the two veterans this year. 2nd and 15. Ball on the 36-yard line. Clowney, the free rusher on the right side. Screen. And Clowney chasing it down. Going to be a gain of maybe 4 on the play, maybe 5. Bringing up 3rd and long as the Ravens get ready to pin their ears back. I will be honest, I don't have a Kyle Van Noy gift, guys. Especially in a Ravens. And Sidney Brown, by the way, update in the Eagles-Cardinals game with a pick 6. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the rookie out of Illinois. I think we featured him on our defensive draft special. And the Ravens, almost intercepted. That's Arthur Mullet had a chance as Tua. Guys, if you're not watching the game, by the way, Tua is having to really throw these balls into absolute narrow windows in this zone coverage. And it's one of those ones, if the throw is off by a foot like you see here, almost intercepted. And punt team out for the Dolphins as the Ravens defense finally makes a stop on the day. Let's go. Get some Poe action. Almost blocked by the Ravens, but good punt effort here by the gunner on the left side of the Dolphins. Going to force a fair catch, and Wallace going to call for a fair catch on the 11-yard line. 12:46 here in the second as the Dolphins lead the Ravens 10-7 as the powerhouses of the AFC continue here at M&T Bank Stadium. And again, guys, a special thanks to anyone who's joining us today here on Darwin's Raven, a.k.a. D-Rave, a.k.a. my real name, Levi. Of course, Levi got his wish at Levi's on Christmas with the win. We're hoping to really finish that New Year's wish here and clinch the first or the number 1 seed. But thank you for joining us here. And like my boy Joe Swanson says, smash that like button. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit subscribe so you get that notification every time we go live, of course, for the Baltimore Ravens and, of course, our other NFL games we're looking to call this season. Part of our pledge here on the channel was when we hit our 500 subscriber and monetization goal that we were going to try to take the stream a little more seriously, really dedicating more time and effort to it. Part of that was, of course, calling to a second game a week, but we're also trying to put more content out there. If you didn't follow our channel last year, we always go hard during the draft time. One of my dreams, of course, other than owning my own businesses, is I would love to be a scout in the NFL, especially for the Baltimore Ravens. I can say this, the Baltimore Ravens do technically have my resume on file. Not that it looks very good or has any qualifications to be a scout, but it's just one of those dreams. One of our fun little draft stories we have here on the channel, guys. When I was in high school graduating, we went on our grad night trip to Florida, to Disney World, where your boy left the park. My friends looked at me like I was crazy, but I went back to the hotel to make sure to watch the 2008 NFL draft. And I, of course, watched Joe Flacco get taken with our first pick as we went up and down that draft board, making some moves in 08. But that's just how much I love the draft. We're trying to go live at the draft this year. We might have a little tip tracker donation goal here later in the stream tonight for Sunday Night Football. We're trying to raise money to go to the draft. It's $156 to get a round trip ticket on Delta Airlines from here to Detroit and back. Easy. Most of the hotels are already sold out, and even the cheap ones by the hotel or by the airport, like 30 minutes away from the draft area, are like $200 a night right now. So we're trying to raise some money to go to the NFL draft this year. Every donation helps us get there. Run on the left side for the Ravens as the clock gets started here. 12:34. Good run of 4 yards by Gus Edwards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6 as the Ravens looking to, take the lead here, or at least hopefully get the field goal and tie. And I want to clarify, someone asked me earlier, of course, Ravens wearing black and purple today. The Miami Dolphins being the visiting team wearing the all white with the that teal green, blue-green socks. Where a lot of them wearing orange gloves or white gloves as well, which I know sometimes is a strategical thing. Run going right for the Ravens. Looked like good blocking and good run by Gus Edwards. Going to be a 1st down. 11:52 and ticking. Let me see here. I'm getting back to this chat here, guys. TTB Lit says we better not lose today. Jonathan predicting Ravens 28, Dolphins 17. I would love to get him to see that prediction come true. Donnie Bowman joined us, says we got this game. I hope so, my guy. And Jonathan channeling some of that Al Davis energy. Just win, baby. Just win, Ravens. 11:22. Lamar gets the snap. Looking left, buying time. He's got a clean pocket. And that's Aguilar over the middle. Pulls through some tackles and a 1st down. Ravens down at what looks like the 37-yard line of the Ravens as Baltimore approaches the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Ravens. I don't even know. I want to roll that arm more. Ravens. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you could say Ravens. Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to queue up a video for you guys. I have a video somewhere deep buried on my phone. I came across an injured crow one day out in the country, and I've got a video of me just driving down the road with a crow chilling in my back seat. Your boy was trying to get a pet raven. I'm not even going to lie with you. Keep it 100. Sending the video file to myself. 2nd and 4. 10 minutes on the clock. Ravens look like they're running. They do. Going right side. Edwards with a lane. Still going. And that's going to be Charlie Kolar and Pat Ricard leading the way on the right side. Great blocking. And another 1st down for the Ravens. 12-yard gain. As Sealer's coming back in for the Dolphins. And there we go. 42 and Kolar on the right side. Work together. Double team the outside edge. Ricard stays with it. Kolar moves upfield. Secures the 2nd level block for Gus. Great run blocking by the backup tight end. And, of course, the fullback of the Ravens. Play action. Lamar going deep. Rolling out to his left. He's going to run for it. Makes one man miss. Tries to make a 2nd man miss. And we've got a flag on the play. Dolphins look like they're pointing. It's going to be a hold. Let's see what it is. Dark says the Ravens are 3-0 in that uniform. That's a good thing to know. And Harbaugh having a word with the ref saying, dude, come on. And the refs are... Oh, and the refs pick up the flag. There is no foul for holding on the play. Wow, that's huge for the Ravens. And they're saying right now, Harbaugh was probably having a discussion with the ref saying, did that play was so far behind, can you really it didn't affect the play at all. And I think that's why they won that argument. 2nd and 4, run up the middle. That's Justice Hill. You can see that burst. And another 1st down for the Ravens. And I believe that's across the 50-yard line. Oh, I can't send the file. Boo. It's too big for an email. Jonathan says, I have to leave. Sorry, I have to go to work. Oh, no worries, my guy. Thanks for dropping in, and hope you have a great day at work, Jonathan. 1st and 10. 8:10 on the clock. Miami looks like they might bring blitz. They don't. Lamar setting up a screen to Justice Hill on the left side. Little spin move. He's still going, but ref going to blow the call dead, or play dead, I'm sorry. And like the announcers are saying, big play by one of the Dolphins defenders, I believe Deshaun Elliott. If he didn't make that tackle, that could have been a touchdown for Hill. And Deshaun Elliott, a former Raven, able to make a great tackle on the left side perimeter. Lamar moves Justice Hill out of the backfield. Empty backfield now for the Ravens. 5 wide look. 2nd and 8. Looks like man coverage. It is. Lamar buying time. Going deep right to Odell. He's got the ball, but it wasn't in bounds. Ref says, catch! Down inside the 5. As the number 4 of the Dolphins is pleading his case. Ravens look to quickly snap the ball. And OBJ just on a go route. Maybe got away with a little bit of a push off. Ravens get the snap off. So no chance. And we've got a challenge flag though thrown by Mike McDaniel. So was it thrown in time? And it looks like they're going to respect the challenge. And looks like Miami got the challenge flag in time. Oh, Odell's in! That's a catch! If you're not watching, that's going to be ESPN Top 10. Oh my God. Even the announcers are agreeing. That's going to be a catch for Baltimore. Let's get the OBJ gif up. And this one, guys, if y'all don't know, if you're part of the new part here on the flock for Ravens, my loyal viewers here on my channel will tell you, I've been stressing this because I've heard from so many flock outside sources. Oh, OBJ, he hasn't done it. He ain't done nothing. And I tell every single one of those people, I could care less how many regular season catches OBJ finished with. I could care less how many regular season yards OBJ finished with. As long as OBJ turns back into playoff OBJ like he did for the Rams, I could care less. And if you haven't been paying attention, OBJ's been actually playing through some shoulder injuries. I forgot what game it was, but he had a sling on his shoulder, I believe his left shoulder, and the next game he was just going down, taking no hits. OBJ, over these past few weeks, is gearing up and turning back into playoff OBJ. That catch shows it. And again, Todd Monken talked about it in his press conference earlier this week. We talked about it on the R&R episode on Friday, that Rashad Bateman is getting healthy again. He's getting his feet back underneath him. And I'm telling you guys, I even talk about this with my girlfriend. And, because we've talked, she said, well, can't you just go run and condition to get in shape for football? And I said, no, babe, I'm going to give you the example of a defensive lineman versus an offensive lineman. They can go run and lift till they're blue in the face. But until you are going, basically there is a man on the opposite side of a line, a yard away from you, that weighs 300 pounds, that can exert 900 pounds of force. And that man is violently trying to get through you, as you, of course, trying to stop him. There is no way to replicate that in the weight room, So that's why when you hear someone talk about game shape, football shape, that's what we're talking about. There is just no way to replicate that. And I'm telling you, from my personal playing experience back in the day, conditioning-wise, I would just have to run play after play after play. And I'm telling you, eventually one day, it clicks. You, hypothetically, run through that wall. And just all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. As long as you get that 3 seconds for the huddle, you're good to go again. Play after play after play over again. And like they're showing there, Lamar gonna get the catch here. And with that, Miami going to lose a timeout. Baltimore in a 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. Handoff going right. It's Edwards. He's in! As Gus the Bus Edwards takes the lead back for the Ravens. Touchdown, Ravens! 6:56 here in the first quarter as the flock gets the O chant started here in the M&T Bank Stadium. Oh. I'm not even doing it right. And again, for those that don't know the story of Patrick Ricard was an undrafted rookie free agent defensive tackle that walked onto the Baltimore Ravens. Just like Sealer, I believe in that year, a lot of talent on that team. Didn't make the roster, but he went to coaching staff, hey, what do we need? And they said, hey, man, we kind of need a fullback. And Ricard said, bet. And so Patrick Ricard went from a 300-pound defensive tackle to a 300-pound fullback and a Pro Bowler at that. And of course, the real story before the season was how was Ricard going to be used in Todd Monken's offense that doesn't traditionally really use a fullback. And they talked about it. We're going to see him used as an extra tight end. We're going to see him used as an extra offensive lineman. And is all I can say to that. My boy Gus. QC, it is 14-10 in the second quarter. My apologies, QC. 10-14. Ravens now lead with 6:56 in the second quarter. I know I need to get some better. Zen says, say it in a British accent. Oh God. Hold on. I can't do it. I like to make fun of the bottle of water for I'm sorry, you would like a bottle of water? A bottle of water? Can someone hand me a bottle of water? Use your vowels. Kickoff return here from Miami, and pretty good return. Going to be tackled at the 30 as that's Berrios with the return. Oi, it's a touchdown, Ravens. If you don't know, lad and lassies, we're a Ravens fan here on the channel. And the Ravens are going to come away with the win. Doing like Scottish, Irish, I guess, instead of British. I tried it. I cut the mic off. I was trying so hard to get that voice. I couldn't do it. Bottle water. 6:50, Tyreek Hill in motion. Handoff going left. And A-Chan and every time I hear A-Chan, I think like R-Chan or some like, I cannot get A-Chan out of my name. Maybe I'm crazy, guys. How do you feel, Britain? Your last star, Beckham? We took him. He's American. What did he name his son? Brooklyn. It's over. That was the second American Revolution. We won. We took your language, England, and we perfected it. If you don't know, guys, that's like a little comedy skit by a guy named Judah Friedlander on Netflix. One of my favorite little comedy specials. Shot, I think, at a Comedy Cellar in New York. 3rd and 7 here is Mike McDaniel staring down the play sheet. He's probably trying to pull one out. 6:08 as one of the Ravens is hyping up the stadium. They're starting to finally get loud. There we go. They're getting on their feet. Ravens look like they might bring a blitz. Let's see if they do. They back out. Only bring 4. Van Noy on the stunt. And over the middle as Marcus Williams delivers a hit to Smythe. But great catch by the tight end for a 16-yard gain. And just running a post out of a trips right formation. Dolphins been running this formation a lot. They run trips on a side, and then like someone like Tyreek basically motions to like a almost like a screen styles, where they're trying to just gain that momentum. Something they used in a short yardage situation in the Cowboys game. And they've used it a lot today, mostly to set up post over the middle, looks like, to the tight end. But just how Mike McDaniel's play calls, guys, please keep an eye on that. They're trying to probably build that play up to build something off of it later. So look for a little bit of trickery with that play. 2nd and 5:05 here in the second quarter. Alfonso Gabriel Bull. I love y'all coming in with all the different spellings of it. I know I'm trying to think of another funny British saying. Tua, trying to set up a screen, and Patrick Queen was ready to decleat a Kane. Like I cannot. H-hand. And Tua trying to set up a screen, and Patrick Queen read it beautifully. 3rd and 5, 4:46 here in the first. Oh my God. Again, battle of the number 1 yards per play offense and defense. Ravens got like 9 guys on the line. They're definitely bringing the pressure. Tua having to chuck it, and ball behind his receiver, unable to make a catch as the Ravens blitz pays off. As the punt team comes out here for Miami. Great job by the Baltimore Ravens. Uh-oh. Offense staying out for Miami now, actually. Oh, my God. As the ball, of course, just on the Ravens side, like the 45. And Harbaugh looking on in astonishment right now. As Mike McDaniels gets ready to potentially call something out of his bag of tricks here. Keep an eye on Tyreek, motioning left. Ravens look like they got a spy. Tua's going deep left. And oh my God, Tyreek Hill got wide open look as what just happened? Did Ronald Darby just get burnt? And who is that? 23 of the Ravens. Is that Darby? That's Rock Ya-Sin. Oh my God. And for Raven fans, Rock Ya-Sin playing in press coverage against Tyreek Hill. Doesn't even put a hand on him. And Tyreek just ran right by him. On a 4th and 5, they come away with a huge gain. Ball at the 20-yard line. Oh, Michael Pierce stonewalling Achane at the line of scrimmage as Pierce giving the bow after a good stop. 3:55 as the Dolphins are in the red zone looking to retake the lead here with a potential touchdown. And again, we got to talk about, guys, I feel like the Ravens defense, I'm going to say this. It might be controversial. I feel like the Ravens defense was playing better when Rock Ya-Sin was not active and dealing with injuries. Maybe I'm crazy, but fancy a cup of tea. A spot of tea is what they would say, not a cup of tea. Careful, a spot of tea. Careful, a spot of tea. Your British Ponzies with your tea. I prefer a strong ale to a spot of tea. 3rd and 10 here. Again, Ravens getting loud. They're pumping up the crowd here. TT Bit says, are they in field goal range? They are now. Ball's at the 20-yard line on this 3rd and 10. Ravens get some good pressure. Tua throwing left to Tyreek and Arthur Mullet in coverage. And Tyreek unable to make the catch, kind of rolling. I hope he's not hurt. He looks like he might be getting up a little slow, though. Oh, no, he is definitely he's scooting off the field now. I don't know if he's just upset or he's hurt, but they're helping him up to his feet. Ravens make a huge stand, and it looks like he's a little ginger on one of his feet. Let's watch the replay here. And yeah, looks like he might have come down gingerly. 38-yard field goal attempt here to make it a 13-14 game. Kick is up, and it's good. Baltimore hanging on to a narrow lead of 1 point as Baltimore leads 14-13 with only a few minutes left here in the second quarter. Oh my God, if y'all are listening to Gamecast, they're literally playing bagpipes right now. Stop listening to me, NFL. I know I'm messing around with some Scottish accents, but y'all ain't got to do me like that. That's dirty. And again, for all our newer viewers that don't know about it, a long time ago, we got a hat back here. You might be able to see it back there. We've got an NFL hat. That was given, of course, to us by Ron Hill, former vice president of NFL operations, who I wrote to NFL media a long time ago, basically saying, hey, guys, everyone hates their broadcasters and announcers. And at the time, I was on Twitch gaming. So I said, hey, let's take advantage of these big Twitch broadcasters. Like, hey, Ninja's a Detroit Lion fan. Let's bring Ninja in as maybe a third-person colorful commentator on some games. Not only will he bring a cult-like following to the viewership, but also might introduce football to a whole new generation of fans. Of course, NFL never contacted, or I should say, they contacted me back. They shot me down. And then the following years, Eli and Peyton got their shows, subsequently Pat McAfee. And of course, when YouTube got their NFL rights, we wrote along NFL or email to YouTube saying, hey, same thing. You've got guys like Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna. You actually I feel like have a great opportunity to create a ESPN competitor. But you know, your boy will be forever poor here on the channel. Alfonso says Brooklyn is quintessentially a word from the Isles, and so is York, as in New York. If I'm not mistaken, it's all indigenous slightly, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Colton says number 73 in here. Let's go. Smash that like button for number 74. I know, right? We're trying to get y'all smash that like and subscribe button. YouTube tells me like 89% of my viewers are not subscribers. So, help us. We're trying to get to the Pro Bowl this year. We're trying to get to the draft this year. We're trying to get a lot of really good coverage. And, with every subscription, every like, every super chat membership, really helps us get there. So, and again, big shout out to everyone joining us here today on Darwin's Raven. You could be anywhere here on New Year's Eve, but you're hanging out with us. Make sure you drop me your team in chat if you haven't already. We got a lot of respect for a lot of teams here. Time of possession almost identical. I mean, everything across the board. Baltimore, Miami, 29-21 plays. Both have 13 minutes of possession. Both 10, just everything. 10 plays, 13 minutes possessions. Identical drives, basically, for these two teams. TT Elite says, wait, who got hurt? It seemed like Tyreek Hill came up limping at the end of that play. Also, we saw Xavier Howard, the starting cornerback for the Dolphins, exit earlier with a left foot injury. He left on a cart. So again, shout out to the Baltimore Ravens medical staff for having that cart ready for the opposing team. And Marlon Humphrey actually on the bench nursing a calf injury. So something to keep an eye on. Also, Rock Ya-Sin's going to get picked on probably the rest of this game. 1st and 10 here for Lamar. He's going deep right. He's got a wide open Zay. He's got one man to beat. Two makes a second man miss. He's going to walk in. Zay in for what looks like a 75-yard touchdown. Touchdown, Ravens. As Zay Flowers, I think with that might have just broken the rookie yard reception record previously held by Torrey Smith. Let me double check on NFL how many yards he has so I can tell you specifically. But Zay Flowers might have just made a little bit of Ravens history right there on that play as the Ravens strike on a one-play drive. For those that are new here to the channel, if you don't know, every game I call somehow ends up being a great or crazy game. As, of course, PAT's good by Tucker. Ravens now lead 21-13 in the second quarter as the Dolphins offense going to get a chance to come out here and respond. And Todd Monken and his offensive staff, all high fives and smiles up in the booth. They're looking to get their New Year's and playoffs hope started early. Let's check. Ravens receiving. Zay Flowers, 2 catches, 100 yards. You heard it here first, guys. Zay Flowers now should own not only the Ravens rookie reception record, he now owns the Ravens yard reception record. We're going to tweet that out real quick at Twitter. Sorry, guys. We got to, promote to a certain degree. I didn't even do a post today. We're going to go to my YouTube channel real quick, get the share link, all that good stuff. Give me one moment here. Again, we weren't really feeling well before the stream, so I didn't do all my normal stuff. Hashtag Ravens flock. Flowers. There it is. They're saying it. There we go. His first career 100-yard game as he breaks the Ravens' Torrey Smith record. Let's go. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm just so hyped about it for that young rookie. And again, there's a lot of teams that are looking, who was the first wide receiver taken in this draft? Whoo! Baltimore kicking this ball. Oh, that kick! Oh no! The Miami Dolphins made a horrible mistake. Tucker's kick was going to go out of bounds. The kicker, the receiver signaled for a fair catch, so the ball will actually go to the 25 instead of the 5-yard line. So for those that are watching, it looked like it was a mistake by the kicker. It was not. Give me one sec, guys. I got to grab another drink. We're not drinking alcohol because of how sick we were feeling today. So I'm going to go grab another Coke. I'll be right back. Hang out with me for just a moment, guys. Again, we were really sick this morning, so we're trying to power through. And of course, if you like the stream, make sure you come back. We're trying to also cover Packers Vikings tonight, but BRB, one moment. Achane motioning out to the left side. He's got a toss play. He's got some room and out of bounds at the Miami Dolphins 40-yard line. 2:50 here in the second quarter. Update, by the way, Houston Texans up 20-0 on the Tennessee Titans as CJ Stroud looks like he's getting back to work there in Houston. Nico Collins, 6 catches for 65 yards. Oh my God, my neck hurts so bad. Already took like a bunch of Excedrin earlier, First and 10. Another motion here for the Dolphins. Going to be a play action. Going over the middle. That's his tight end again, Smythe. And Miami's onto the Baltimore side of the field as Rock Ya-Sin getting worked right now in the Baltimore secondary, looks like. DeQuavo Watt says, who got the ball first? Miami did. Baltimore won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so Baltimore will get the ball to start this. Oh, it's picked by Roquan! He's running down the right side! Jukes one man, stiffs arms another, he's still going! The 40! And out of bounds at the 36 as the Ravens get the first interception of the day! Let's go, Ravens! Cue up that RQ gift, baby. Your boy's been back in the weight room. We trying to get some big biceps here on the channel. We getting there. My boy Roquan and Mike McDaniels cursing on the sideline. Ravens. Let's go. We popping one with the boys. If you just enjoying a cold one today, we're not having alcohol, but we got that Southern specialty, that Pib Extra, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that can compete with Dr. Pepper. Boss Q said, let's get it. Lock in. For real, my guy. Let's get this #1 seed. Let's get rested up. Let's get healthy. And let's make this Super Bowl run. Oh, yo, my Streamlabs bot got to chill with that. I really got to hold on. I'm going to my Streamlabs bot real quick. It just be going too hard. And it's on minimum protection. Okay, I switched some stuff on my stream bot. Hopefully that'll work a little better, guys. But we got to talk about, too, Mike McDaniels and his usage of Jadeveon and Kyle Van Noy. Jadeveon Clowney having one of his best games of his career, if I'm not mistaken, let alone this season, last week against the Niners. 8 pressures, 1 sack, a 33.3% pass rush win rate, had a 90-plus PFF grade. Despite only blitzing 22% of the plays in that 49ers game, the Ravens defense was able to generate pressure on Brock Purdy for 53% of his dropbacks. So the Ravens are getting the pressure finally without blitzing. Big credit to, Matabike, of course, and Brent Urban, who've been holding it down in the middle. Of course, the secondary of the Ravens been getting involved in some of the blitzes. But Mike McDonald been bringing it on them stunts all year, so. Alfonso says, quick, someone duct tape Harbaugh's foot to the gas. Alfonso, don't worry. We've got Todd Monken for that now. Honestly, guys, if you go back and watch my video, there was not a lot of hope in the head coaching search for, or the offensive coordinator search this season. But the Todd Monken hire, especially after I was able to review tape afterwards, and Ravens 27 takeaways this season. That's tied for the most in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns. So the AFC North showing that defense. Lamar Jackson taking over here at the 38-yard line of the Dolphins. So already almost in field goal range. Lamar going screen right to Justice Hill. Makes a man miss, able to get only a yard, but should have been a loss on the play, able to get at least something out of it. As we see Daniel Falele out there for the Ravens at tackle. Again, for those that don't know, the Ravens have been rotating their left and right tackles a lot. Previously, before the Niners game, almost split snaps 50-50. Of course, in the Niners game, only about a 15 to 25% snap for Daniel Falele and Patrick McCary. And Jackson having to scramble up the middle. Only going to be a gain of 1 or 2. Going to bring up a third and kind of long, maybe about 7. Timeout called. I'm guessing that's going to be the Ravens. And OBJ kind of walking a little slow, grimacing. He's just trying to play through some injuries. TTV Elite says, we got to barely get in yards. We got to get some good gains. And OBJ actually going to be walked off the field. Might be NFL concussion protocol. Just that guy that I see Walkingham doesn't look to be one of the Ravens medical guys, so I think that's an NFL person probably pulling him aside. And as soon as we get a commercial break, we'll get some updates across the NFL, so hold on for that. 3rd and 7. Zay, the man in motion for the Ravens. Ball going right, Jackson, and Bateman wanting a flag. Not going to get one, it looks like. Honestly, it looked like pretty good coverage by the Dolphins. We'll see here in a moment. And, oh, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of fighting, but yeah. But Bateman's hands are on the defender, but they don't extend. He's there arm barring. They're both arm barring at the beginning. I don't know. That's a tough one. And Baltimore are going to go for it on a 4th and 7. Would have been a 54-yard field goal attempt. Trips left here. Aguilar, the only wide receiver on the right side. They're going to bring a blitz from Miami. Jackson stepping up, and oh my God! A one-handed snag by Likely. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens! As they're going to extend the lead. The CCU sophomore with a one-handed highlight grab as the Ravens highlight day continues. Let's watch it. Lamar scrambles, hits Likely, snags it with one hand on the left side, streams down the right sideline, dives, and that's going to be in. What is going on? And barring the PAT, now Baltimore are going to take a 28-13 lead over the Miami Dolphins. After a huge one-play drive by Zay, an interception, and then huge game by Isaiah Likely. And if you don't know, CCU stands for Coastal Carolina University, home of the Chanticleers. And again, if you don't know, guys, welcome here on Darwin's Raven. Fun little fact, CCU was my first college I attended as a psychology major, actually. And I walked on to CCU as a tight end my freshman year. Did not make the team, but, fun little thing. Honestly, the tight end coach told me at the end of trials, he's like, hey, man, we got so many tight ends on scholarship, you don't have a chance. So I didn't come back to the team. Now, that's where I'll admit, I made a mistake. I should have looked at that coach and said, like Patrick Ricard said, what can I play? What do you need? Because at that time, I was a very malleable weight and size, basically. Basically, I was closer to that 6'3", 210, 215 range. But, a lot of people were asking, oh my God, the Mark Andrews injury. Oh, the Ravens aren't going to. I said, guys, I ain't worried. Now don't get me wrong. Isaiah Likely is no Mark Andrews. They are very different style players. But Isaiah Likely has a place in the NFL. Let's just say that. And we love to see one of our fellow Chanticleers doing well. For those that don't know, there's been a few Chanticleers in the NFL going back to, of course, guys like Tyler Thigpen, the former Kansas City Chief and Miami Dolphins quarterback. You got Jerome Simpson, the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver who was famous for doing the front flip into the end zone as he was getting tackled. Of course, the former Raven, Lorenzo Taliaferro, I believe also went to the Carolina Panthers. You've got, I believe Clark is his last name, defensive tackle, I believe the practice squad for the Chargers this season. He came out in that draft, undrafted rookie free agent signing. Of course, Josh Norman, the biggest CCU guy that went to the NFL. Josh Norman with the lockdown corner for the Panthers, then signed the record contract with the Washington Redskins, now Commanders at the time. So CCU got a couple people in the NFL. They've been putting out players for a while, but of course, their team not quite what they have been over the past few years. Zen says, dude's playing better than... So the thing is this, Andrews, of course, is a bigger guy, can win more of the physical matchups, but Isaiah Likely in college was known for his yard after the catch. His ability to create yards, basically almost more like a wide receiver. If I'm not mistaken, he's closer to that 6'3", 6'4" size instead of like that 6'5", 6'7" size. And the big knock coming on Isaiah Likely coming out of college last year, and we saw it in training camp, was that he couldn't block. So, getting a year in the NFL to really develop that body, learn blocking, it like you're saying right there, dude, I feel so much happiness in my heart watching him succeed, of course, especially for the Baltimore Ravens. But 1st and 10, 1:23 as the Dolphins get started here. Short pass going right, and nothing on the play. Darby out there for the Ravens to make a great open field tackle. Whoa. Old boy says, not bloody likely. That's good wordplay. I like that. Oh, Tua almost gets the pass batted down on the left side, but gets it through, and Darby with another good tackle. Tenchi says, I tuned in just as you were saying things were just about even, and now Ravens have pulled away in less than 10 minutes. Tenchi, maybe you the good luck charm, homie. Stick around. Oh, Dolphins with a slant on the right side, and Ravens were looking for it. Dangerous play. And timeout from the Dolphins with 40 seconds here. Going to be their final timeout. Baltimore actually still has all 3 timeouts. Alfonso says, quick, someone give Harbaugh some VR sport glasses so he thinks we're down 21. I love it. I love it. Man, guys, and that's another one. If I had the VR headset where you can do the EA game where you can play from the quarterback, I absolutely would stream the living crap out of that game for y'all daily. I would love nothing more, to play a little Lamar Jackson essentially in VR. But Baltimore looking to make a stop here as the Dolphins nearing the 50-yard line. Again, 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Tua looking middle, looking right. He's going deep right. Got a man, and Patrick Queen makes an absolute play. What looked like was going to be a catch. Queen just rips out of the hands of Wilson Jr. I believe that's the backup halfback. And just effort and strength. PQ saying, weight room, boy. Effort. And for those that don't know, there are 4 Ravens predicted to be on the NFL's top 50 free agent list this offseason. Matabike and Queen leading the way in those categories. 35 seconds here. Tua looking right. Going there on the slant, and Geno Stone just destroys Tyreek Hill over the middle. But Patrick Queen, it looks like he got a little bit of the hit, grabbing his shoulder now. 3rd and 1. Tua getting sacked and tries to flick it away. He might have been down. Ravens are going to play it like a fumble. They're still running the ball back just in case. Refs still haven't blown the whistle. They're still running. And Geno Stone's going to give himself up at the 30-yard line. Let's wait, see what the refs say. This could be a fumble. This could be a sack. This could be an incomplete. Little bit of craziness going on. Blue Jays Nation dropping in. Welcome in, my guy. I think first-time viewer, the Bills will beat the Dolphins. I think you're talking about Week 18, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking about covering that game, so if you are, make sure you check in. So official ruling on the field by the ref is going to be an incomplete pass. That looks like the correct call. And Owe almost got a sack. Feels bad for Odafe Owe. And we talk about it all the time. Odafe is always half a second away. They're going to reset the game clock to 15 seconds. Dolphins now 4th and 1 on the Ravens Dolphins 48-yard line. So 2 yards from half field. I'm guessing this is either going to be a quick fullback run, quarterback sneak with a play clock snap and a Hail Mary, or you just go for the Hail Mary in one shot. But Gonna go below my nose. And, of course, Baltimore actually going to burn their first timeout. That's probably a good use of timeout. This is one of the few times, guys, I can't criticize Harbaugh for his use of timeouts. While we have extra timeouts to burn, and I usually would make a comment about that, he hasn't had a chance to. Zay, one play after the interception. Isaiah Likely basically, took it the length of the field. He hasn't had a chance to call any timeouts, which is a kind of a good problem to have. And Tucker getting warmed up just in case the Ravens can make a stop here. Again, 15 seconds, 4th and 1. The Dolphins are breaking the huddle. Trips left formation like we've seen a lot. Going to be a quick snap. Tua rolling that way. And they've got an easy completion. And Tyreek just going to get out of bounds. 10 seconds, but we've got a flag. Ravens are pointing at the Dolphins. Let's see what it is. Pass interference offense. And we're seeing a lot more of those calls. And that's going to back up the Dolphins, and what a legal screen by the wide receiver. And, I mean, I'll be honest, Dolphin fans, that was a wishy-washy penalty, to be 100% honest. Like, yes, he kind of was blocking, but he was kind of giving, like, that shuck motion when you do get contact late in the field. You know what I'm saying? Wishy-washy penalty there. Does it really affect anything? Not really. And Harbaugh going to use another timeout now here. With 10 seconds on the clock and a 4th and 11. He's calling someone over on the Ravens sideline to have a word with him. Who's that? God, come on, camera. That looked like the special teams coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, of the Ravens. So, looks like he's having a talk with the special teams coach. Tylan Wallace now talking with the special teams coach. So he's shaking his head, smiling now at the special teams coach. So Ravens look like they might be trying to pull something out of the bag of tricks here on this punt return. Let's see what we get now. Because after the penalty, 4th and 11, punt team out there for the Dolphins. Might be also saying, hey, watch the fake punt. Ravens look like they got 2 guys in the middle. They might be playing a fake punt, or they might be, they bring the house. Gunners are left on 1 and 1. Left gunner gets beat, and kick's just going to go through the back of the end zone, sadly. Very anticlimactic. And with 2 seconds left, we expect the Ravens to come out and take a knee. Ravens going to take a lead of 28-13 into halftime. As we get ready, of course, for halftime coverage. And we get, of course, the quarter switched over to the third quarter. But again, special thanks to everyone here joining us today here on Darwin's Raven. As we get ready for the halftime report, we'll try to jump across, of course, all the scores on the NFL as they give it to us. So a little bit of rapid fire fun if you're new to the channel. But don't forget, the algorithm always likes it better when you hit that like button. So like my boy Joe Swanson says, make sure to smash that like button. And hit that subscribe bell if you enjoy our content. We've got a lot of draft and Pro Bowl content coming up potentially. We always do the draft, but the Pro Bowl, we're thinking about attending live. And we're actually trying to get to the draft live, guys. So every super chat, every super thank, every membership helps us get there. The airline ticket to the draft in Detroit actually super cheap, but the hotels are insanely expensive right now. I would have to drop at least $700 to get 3 days worth of coverage at the draft. And if y'all know me, honestly, I'd almost rather be there for day 2 and 3 than day 1. But day 1's a lot of hype as well. So, and it's fun because it's more of a night vibe. Bears are leading, Texans are leading, Colts are leading. I'm reading through the scores real quick as I'm sure they know they're about to get us there. And again, thank you for joining back at halftime, my guy. Alfonso saying, got a let's pour it on all game. No, and again, Alfonso, I agree. The Dolphins, and the Bills, like there was a lot of things about, statement games this season, teams trying to make statement games. If the Ravens go up and, put up 40 on the Dolphins, you could definitely say they're trying to make a statement game, so. I don't know about y'all, Raven Flock. I'm just really praying that Mike McDonald and Todd Monken don't leave in the offseason, that they, stay home here in Baltimore. It just would suck to have to rebuild the offense from over again, basically, schematically speaking, and play calling experience. And of course, Mike McDonald is, I cannot gush about this man. I've been gushing about him all season. And what's so funny, guys, if you actually go back and watch my coverage like a true fan, going back to last year's preseason, you'll see there were a few games where I was a little critical of him. But we also talked about later in the season how he's trying different things out, seeing what works. There was a lot of times in the preseason he was like rushing only one or two players, and he's done anything and everything. He'll design a system to win, basically, But all right, guys, here we go for halftime report, of course. They're getting started with, of course, the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens, but we know everything that's going on in that game. Lamar, 12 of 14 for 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tua, 14 of 26 for 183 yards, 1 touchdown interception. Baltimore basically giving certain things to Tua, but basically the defense says if you're off by a yard on a throw, we'll pick this ball off. And I feel like it's just showing off right now. But Likely and Zay having just absolute monster days for the Baltimore Ravens today. But we've got some craziness going on in the in the NFL today. For those that don't know, Bills taking on the Patriots today. Bills are nursing a 20-14 lead right now. Josh Allen, 7 of 20 for 46 yards and an interception, but got a rushing touchdown. But Bailey Zapp got 3 interceptions on the day. Absolutely showing he's not going to be the franchise quarterback there. Panthers taking on the Jaguars today as CJ Beathard getting the start for Jacksonville. They got a 9-0 lead over the Panthers. Boring game. Raiders taking on the Colts today. Gardner Minshew taking on Aiden McConnell, the rookie out of Purdue. Having a pretty good game. 15 of 23 for 137 yards. But Colts are leading on that game. What was that? 14-3. Will Levis taking on the Texans, but we hinted on this game earlier. 20-3 lead over the Titans. CJ Stroud having a monster day. 19 of 24 for 165 yards and a touchdown. Levis, though, 6 of 6 for 78 yards. Not having a bad day, but that strip sack going to hurt him. Derek Carr blowing out Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, leading 17-0 right now over the Bucks. Bears, of course, taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Bears leading that game 21-7 as Justin Fields, 13-17 for 166 yards, 2 total touchdowns, so probably one throwing, one. And of course, Niners looking to get a little bit of revenge. They're only up 13-10 right now on the Commanders as Sam Howell, 10 of 14 for 108 yards. Brock Purdy, no interceptions on the day. I know Niner fans are a little relieved to hear that. Jalen Hurts taking on the Arizona Cardinals today, 11 of 13 for 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eagles leading that game halfway through the third, 21-12. But big story of the day, Sidney Brown, I believe the rookie out of Illinois, featured, we talked about him in the draft special, got a pick 6 on the day. And just as that, the Cardinals score, making it 21-13. Shout out to my boy Payo Time. I know he's watching this game somewhere. Stafford taking on the Giants today. They're leading 14-10 over New York. Tyrod Taylor trying to get the hopes of the Giants up, but Stafford 19 of 24 for 186 yards. Let me know, guys. Is Lamar Jackson the MVP in your minds? I know he's an MVP in my heart. And again, thanks for everyone joining us here so far on Darwin's Raven. Ravens, of course, blowing out the Dolphins today in M&T Bank Stadium, trying to secure the number 1 seed in the AFC. And if you enjoy our coverage, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We do have plans to call Packers and Vikings tonight, Sunday night game. As long as my neck holds up and I don't get sick again, we plan to do it. But I'll be honest, even right now, my neck hurts and my head feels like it's going to slightly explode. Whenever my neck starts hurting, it starts like usually in my shoulders, creeps up the back of my neck till it gets to like the occipital lobe in the back of my head. And then from there, it feels like it aggravates the optic nerve that runs from the occipital lobe to the back of your eye. So then I can usually feel pain running from the back of my head, like a direct line to the back of my eye, kind of wrapping around. And then like it just starts feeling like pressure's building in my head, and like my head's just going to explode and my eye's going to explode. And then I usually get incredibly sick. We're hoping to avoid that today. Honestly, in the few hours before the game when I'm doing writing, I'm probably going to have the massage gun on my neck and shoulder. But again, thanks for joining us, guys, here. Mahomes, as they're showing, getting warmed up. I think he's got the 4 o'clock slot today. Alfonso says the Ravens taking that tight end room for a spin with super sport tires. I know the Ravens just have always done well with the tight end. And what's funny is like the Ravens have a history of double dipping at tight end. If you remember when we had Dennis Pitta, who did we draft in the round before Dennis Pitta? We drafted Ed Dickinson, Oregon tight end. Again, we double dipped. We took Isaiah Likely, CCU. Then we took Charlie Kolar, Iowa State, in later rounds. The Ravens have this deep history, I feel like now, of double dipping at tight ends and 2 tight ends that play versatile different roles. Maybe, who knows, it was started by Gronkowski and Hernandez when they were on the Patriots. But the Ravens have done it really well. And, you know, Zay's trying to break that Ravens wide receiver curse, you know. The Ravens haven't always had the best history of drafting wide receivers. I know Raven fans were harping on it even more when Rashad Bateman's been dealing with some of those health issues. But Bate, if you ever hear me, my guy, I still believe in you. I've been believing in you. It's been unfortunate injuries, but go show the haters wrong. You're doing it today. I hope you get a ring, homie, so you can just be like scoreboard and flash the ring. TT Vilas says, hey, if you can't keep the stream going, it's all good, bro. We understand. I know, but it's like one of those ones I gotta like, even like I feel like one missed week on my stream would be like slightly detrimental for my growth and what I'm trying to do. I just again wish I had like I wish I honestly had some really close friends that were able to help me produce more and better content. But, you know, while the greatest power of humanity is our ability to collaborate and communicate, it's easier said than done. Cade Lane says, but hey, they can add them with Steve Smith. Hey, I know, right? But, of course, Steve Smith wasn't drafted by us. But Ravens have had, of course, pretty good history of always, not just at wide receiver, but a lot of positions bringing in good veterans. Anquan, Steve, you know, even going back to guys like Trevor Price, Bulware. I'm sorry, not Bulware. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the tight end. Oh, my God. Of course, we drafted Todd Heap. Shannon Sharp. There we go. Oh, my God. So sorry, Sharp. But, you know, we've always had a pretty good history of bringing in those veteran guys. I mean, Calais Campbell. Sorry, I forgot Jude Calais, my guy. I love Calais. I really wish he wouldn't have left, but he had to get paid one more time. Torrey Smith was great. See, Torrey Smith was great, and it looked like he was gonna buck the trend, and then didn't quite ever really get there. But of course, you got to give Torrey credit because Torrey, previously to Zay, had held not only the reception record for Baltimore Ravens rookie receivers, but also the yardage. Previously, the record was 53 catches, 50-something catches for, if I'm not mistaken, 840 to 860 yards in his rookie year. So yeah, all the credit to Torrey Smith. You know, you got to give some love to the man. Him, Jacoby and Anquan, honestly, was probably one of the best wide receiver rooms we've had, of course, since our current wide receiver room. No hate to Steve Smith, but like this room just is different. You feel me? Yes, Cade. So for those new flock members that are joining us, we talked about it earlier in the stream. So earlier in the season, Zay already blew through the reception record. So if I'm not mistaken, Torrey Smith had somewhere around like 50 something receptions, which was the record. Zay earlier in the year was already up to 60 receptions. So he's blown through the reception record for the Ravens and now is the title holder. And with that huge 75-yard touchdown earlier, is now 2 catches, 100 yards on the day. Coming into this game, only needed, if I'm not mistaken, on the R&R episode Friday, we covered it, like 84 to 86 yards is how many yards he needed coming into this game to overtake Torrey Smith as the all-time leading rookies Ravens yard leader. And of course, now with over 100 yards, he owns that title. So little bit of history made today for Ravens fans as we watched live and got to celebrate Zay taking that second mantle for the Ravens wide receivers. So that's very exciting. We're really happy to see that for him here on the channel. But again, big congrats to our boy Zay. We got to create a saying for our boy Zay. If you play the Z, you got to pay the fee. You feel me? Basically, you're playing against my boy Z, you're going to end up paying a fee. And that fee going to cost you 6. Oh! I need to put that on a t-shirt. Oh. And again, guys, if you just like see me constantly messing with my shoulder and neck, I'm like massaging my shoulders, trying to get it to like release some tension. But of course, Ravens deferred at the start, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. We're looking to see a healthy dose of Gus Edwards and the Ravens run offense as we get started here in the third quarter officially. Yeah, I was super excited to see Zay. Oh, Hill's got a Hill, 50, 40, the 30, the 20, and he's out of bounds at the 15 as the Ravens come out on the first kickoff of the half. And already the Ravens are in the red zone. Not even 10, 11 seconds into the game. Geno Stone, the man out there on special teams, leading the way with a little push. And the Ravens have taken over special teams. They now lead the NFL in special teams. I hate to say this since Devin Duvernay has been relieved of his special teams duty. If you're new to the channel, we've been very vocal. We love Devin Duvernay. He's probably going to be a free agent this year as well. So it's just one of those ones. He's making business decisions. You know what I'm saying? And Justice Hill and Tylan Wallace are filling in admirably on those special teams. So let's go. But the Ravens, of course, without Kyle Hamilton, Brandon Stevens, Demarion Williams, that's Pepe, and Kevin Zeitler today. So some big injuries for the Ravens. Marlon Humphrey went out with a calf injury. But, of course, Dolphins got their own share. Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. They're starting right guard, if I'm not mistaken, Robert Hunt. And then they lost Xavier Howard in the first half as well. Another run going right. That's Gus Edwards. And another first down as Ravens are now in a first and goal inside the 10-yard line. 14 minutes left here in the third quarter. Update, by the way, San Francisco extending their lead over Washington now 20-10. They've got only 3 minutes left in that third quarter as seems like the Ravens game's been one of the slower games here in the 1 o'clock slot today. Alfonso says, keep feeding the Dolphins kryptonite chum all game. Let's tag him with the 50. 1st and 10. Strong formation here for the Ravens. I expect play action. It is. Lamar looks over the middle. He's got Likely! And Isaiah Likely literally just going to walk into the end zone at a just gentle pace. His 2nd touchdown of the day as Baltimore, again, just continuing the beat down today in M&T Bank. And this is going to extend the lead 35-13 after the PAT. And again, guys, if you don't know, we started our academic career at CCU. My girlfriend is an alum of CCU. That's where she got her bachelor degree. So we're big CCU fans in this house. CCU, as my boy Likely. Learn how to say the name. It's likely that Likely gets into Whew. What a game for the Ravens, guys. I don't know about y'all, Raven flock. I am on fire right now. Like, I know I'm not look like it because I'm feeling really sick right now at the same time, but like, oh my God, I actually do feel really sick. Oh God. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Whew. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. I feel a little better. Azo says, man, this game has me so pumped as I'm working. Dude, I'm glad, my guy. Hi, Darth Maul Gaming. Welcome in, my guy. Welcome in, new viewer. As this kick goes back through the end zone, 13:29 here in the third. And again, sorry if you're new. I had to run off. I'm feeling a little sick today with like some neck issues, and so again, apologize. Christopher said I had to come by. Lamar standing on business right now, 10 toes down on the business. This entire Ravens defense is, to be honest with you. It says my mic's pinging, so you should be able to hear me now. Dolphins looking to get some offense going. They're looking like flopping fish today. Little flip going left. Achane going to have a first down run. Ball out of the 35-yard line. 13:20 here in the third. Whew, thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, after this game, I'm definitely going to have like a heat pad on my... I was getting like sick this morning. I had like my massage gun on my neck. I took like an hour-long shower. And I'm probably going to have the heat pad on my neck with my massage gun again after this game. It's coming from my left shoulder. and up my neck, basically what's going on. I can feel it now. 12:50 here. H-hand in motion, setting up a screen though, right. That's Hill, and Hill, oh no, that Derek Worley got hit, and I don't like the way he went down. Oh my God, it looked like he went down weird, and he's definitely down now. Oh God, I watched the way he just bent. And Michael Pierce down, face down in the ground now. We've got two Ravens down now as they came together, and Michael Pierce is face down in the ground now. And Worley looked like his leg got wrapped up on there weirdly. That was hard to watch, guys, as injury timeout coming up for Baltimore. Yeah, I'm not drinking alcohol today, but we got a Southern delicacy. I don't know about y'all. I'm a Dr. Pepper fan, but Mr. Pibb Extra got a place in my heart too. And I'll be honest, I'm going to mute my mic in a second. I'm going to eat a piece of bread to try to calm my stomach maybe a little bit. So, but I appreciate y'all joining us in. Give me 1 second. Since we got some new viewers in, let's drop, we're going to drop 1,000 loyalty points again to all current viewers in the chat. Again, you can use those loyalty points by some of the commands you'll see on the right side of my screen. You can play fun little mini games. You can bet on who you think's going to win the game. All kinds of fun little stuff. If you do exclamation points with no spaces, it'll tell you how many points you have to play with. Fun little thing we do here in the chat. You know, I'll be honest, old boy, I might take a dab here in a minute after I eat this piece of bread. I'm not going to lie with you. But Lamar trying to basically wrap up this MVP trophy too. Might be a big story, of course, that if he doesn't play the final game of the season, might hurt some of those stat lines that could have been history, but we'll see. Hey, my boy ES, welcome in. And as my Streamlab bot tells you right there, betting is still open for who you think will win the game, Dolphins or Ravens. Use exclamation point bet, 1 space, Ravens or Dolphins, whoever you think will win, 1 more space, and then enter your point amount you're willing to wager here in the channel. You can bet your loyalty points, 1 through 100,000, however many loyalty points you have. And betting will close here soon. Of course, Ravens going to be the favorite here, but, you know, it's a 60-minute ball game, as Ray Lewis once said, and there's still quite a bit of football left to play. 2nd and 4. Pearson Worley able to get up and get off the field, though, so good sign for Baltimore. 2nd and 4. Beak! And Justin Madubuike coming away with a sack for the Ravens, as that's his 13th sack on the year, as he's looking to make that Hargreaves money here in the offseason. Going to bring up a 3rd and long. As you can see, we got the beat gif up. Oh. Yeah, and we're very excited, ES. I don't know if you know, Zay Flowers, of course, broke Torrey Smith's Raven rookie yard record today, so that was huge news. And we've got a false start, looks like, on the offense, as that's going to back up the Dolphins even more now. Should line them up at their own 30-yard line, as the 3rd and long gets that much longer. 11:44 here in the 3rd. I wish you could donate $1,000, because your boy's trying to go to the NFL draft, and 3 days for a hotel in Detroit that's 30 minutes away from the event, very close, at like basically near the airport, would cost me $700 for 3 nights. The airline ticket, round trip on Delta Airlines, $150. Azo coming in, 1 more ring. We're coming with that $2 super chat. Again, shout out to my boy Azo, our first ever official member here on the channel. You can see that little purple egg beside his name. If you're a member here on the channel, that little purple egg will slowly grow into a Raven as you stay here, a member here on the channel, and eventually might even grow to a Hall of Fame legend like Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, or Jonathan Ogden. But Alfonso saying, do not let Harbaugh let his foot off the pedal. I know. Let's go. Yeah, yes, and he already had the reception record earlier in this season. So punt team out here, by the way, for the Dolphins after a small regain on 3rd and long. Wallace, the man to return, got a little bit of space, it looks like. Going down the right sideline, strong stiff arm, breaks a second tackle, but gets tackled out of bounds at the 21. As Lamar comes out to extend this drive and hopefully burn some time off this clock. Hey, we got Lamar dancing up top as part of like the official alert for the super chat. Actually, I gotta make that super chat thing bigger. Let me see. Go on my widgets, alert box. We're gonna make the alerts even bigger. So when you go like and subscribe, super chat, hopefully you'll get an even bigger dancing Lamar, Poe, or whatever we got. And Streamlabs officially, like it just said, betting has been closed on the game. Betting closes after a certain amount of time expires. Officially, we've got 6 bets on the game, 5 for the Ravens, 1 for the Dolphins. So 83.33% on the Ravens. The total amount of points up for grabs in the loyalty pot is up to 33,000 loyalty points. And again, guys, get used to that loyalty points in the future here on the channel. Of course, I might have to reset some people's loyalty points and kind of level out, make it fair. But I might use the loyalty points here in the future for like things like extra entries on giveaways and raffles, and maybe even potentially towards merchandise in the store. Maybe a way to give some actual value to things like super chats. So, like kind of almost like if you, after so many super chats, you basically would have enough points to get a free maybe like hat or mug, Christmas ornament from my merch store that we have up on YouTube now. We started last week. So it just, again, I think it'd be kind of cool by donating through super chats. You could also, earn free gear essentially. Haven't implemented it yet, but definitely, like I said, make sure you keep an eye out for it. And I had to open and close it again so it'll like let me pick a winner. So keep an eye out on it. But of course, betting not officially settled till that clock strikes 0 in the 4th, right? 10:34 here as the Ravens get started. Again, ball at the 23-yard line. And Dolphins all pointing for a false start against the Ravens. Look like they're going to get it. Khalil Galashaw joining us says, we got this. Ravens for life. Hashtag number 52. I know. I feel you, my boy. As someone that played a little bit of linebacker, Ray Lewis always got a special place in my heart. And guys, for those that the new Ravens flock that don't know, I'm such a crazy Ravens fan. I used to have some of Ray Lewis's motivational speeches downloaded on my iPod, and I would play them when I would go to work out or like I'm warming up when I was playing semi-pro. I don't know. It gets me fired up, dude. Some of those speeches, especially that one he gave at the Boys and Girls Club. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Handoff going up the middle. That's Edwards on the play. And good, strong running. Going to be a gain of, looks like 4 or 5 on the play. Darth Maul says, please, I sub to you as my present. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate the subscription. Shout out to my boy Darth Maul Gaming. Of course, you know he's got to be a big Star Wars guy. I'm a Kenobi and a Ahsoka Tano type of guy myself, but I got respect for the Maul choice. 2nd and 10 as Lamar looking over the middle. Oh, had Likely, but just a little ahead of him. And oh no, is Likely hurt on the play? Looks like his left hip a little bit as he's gingerly walking to the sideline. That's Bad news for the Ravens. Alfonso says, Ravens cannot afford to lose momentum and get cold. Pour gas on the fire. Harbaugh, now that's a fire. Khalil says, I love his speeches. I know, man. I even had the one from when he was on the Madden game. It's kind of funny. Roquan was talking about, how do you want to be, or OBJ, how do you want to be remembered? He literally, that's a copy of one of Ray Lewis's speeches. 3rd and 10. Again, ball in the 23 still. Lamar dropping back, gets pressured. Going over the middle. He's got Justice Hill on the crosser. Got the first down and some. 15, 20, and got a 20-yard gain. It looks like 9:42 here in the third, as the Ravens are going to continue to take time off this clock. Rylan Payne says the Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. This really could be our year. If you don't know me, I'm a realist, but you prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? But I've been telling a lot of people, this has been one of the best Ravens rosters I've seen. Very realistically, trying to take the bias out of my own takes and views. And we're seeing it unfold right now as the Ravens got healthy later in the season. Run going right, that's Edwards after the first down, and only going to be a gain of what looks like 1 on the play, as looks like a Dolphin player might be down again. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to our boy Darth Maul Gaming. Welcome in, Daniel Barry. What the heck was that? Run by Adams. Oh, it's a fumble! It looks like it's a fumble picked up by Miami at the 45. Ravens are saying he's down. We'll see, though. 8:19 on the clock. Ryan Payne says Zay Flowers was the steal of the draft. I know the first wide receiver taken looking a little weak compared to some of the later guys. And Zeeler, the former Raven, from the D tackle, and it looks like that ball's free. Let's see. Is he down? Oh, that ball looks like it's on its way out. And confirmed, it's going to be a fumble and recover by Miami. And for our boy Darth Maul Gaming, who says it's his birthday, we got a special Darth Maul gift. Darth Maul taking on all the Jedi. One time says, do you know who I am? And Tua intercepted on the play. Right after the fumble by Gus, they give it right back. That's Geno Stone, the former interception leader in the NFL, trying to reclaim his title. Oh. Let's watch it. Tua looks right, looks left, goes back over the middle. Ball is tipped by Roquan, who then gets picked off by Geno, and the Ravens defense looking elite today. Oh, and I got rid of my Geno Stone GIF. It got moved to a different folder. R.I.P. I'm sorry, Geno. I don't have your GIF. Tenchi says, are we about to put up 42 points before the fourth? And we talked about that a little earlier in the stream, guys. The Dolphins, of course, they were talked about it earlier with the Bills, the Broncos, all that, those 40-point blowout games, oh, they're making a statement game. Oh, they're making a statement game. The Ravens had a statement game last week. They might be really making their statement this week. Guys, there's a very small potential. We might see the Ravens pull their starters before the end of this game. And, of course, for those that don't know, if the Ravens win this game, it's locked. They will have the number 1 seed in the AFC no matter what the Week 18 result. And basically, the road to the Super Bowl might have to go through Baltimore. Which, oh my God. Again, I might sell a kidney for a playoff ticket, guys. If anyone ever gets an extra playoff ticket to one of these games, I will find a way to get to Baltimore. I would start walking all the way from Florida. It's an 18-hour drive from where I live in Florida to Baltimore. I would start hitchhiking if someone had a playoff ticket for me. Father, 3 boys, let's go. What up, my boy? Alfonso says, do not exclusively run. We need points unless anyone does not remember the Fish comeback, 42-38. And for those that don't know, that Miami comeback, what was it? I believe 2 years ago in Miami. That I went to that game. I had just moved here to Florida, and I went to that game. I was live as the Miami Dolphins came back and blew us out in that game. It was heartbreaking, and of course, that was my actual first NFL regular season game. I'd gone to a couple preseason games, and there we go. The Ravens defense continuing the history right now. 9th takeaway in the last 3 games. That's the most in the NFL. Now I believe leading the NFL in turnovers. Again, already leading the NFL in, I believe, points per game, yards per play per game. Just all kinds of crazy stats. Leading the NFL in sacks. And Zay with the screen on the left side and adding on to his already historic day here in the third quarter. And again, like our boy Darth Maul says, Happy New Year to everyone here in chat. Thanks for coming here and joining us here on Darwin's Raven. And look at this. Tua just having to fit this into a tight window. And it's something we talked about. They're giving away some of these plays, but basically every throw from Tua has to be on the money. And if he's off by even a foot or two, it's tipped and intercepted, and we're seeing that. Justice Hill with the stretch play going left, and only a gain of what looks like 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2. And Geno Stone now 7 interceptions on the year. It's Quill says, Bill fans here wanting the Dolphins to lose. Hey, it's looking that way. I know y'all got a very clutch Week 18 matchup against them, which we might cover. Zen says, this is nice, but I was expecting a beatdown, or wasn't expecting a beatdown. I feel you, my guy. I feel you. This is getting a little crazy. 3rd and 2. Zay, the man in motion, going to be a jet sweep. Oh, no, Lamar's going to keep it. And Jackson should have given it to him. Almost tried to throw it to him last second. And no gain on the play. Going to bring up a 4th down. Let's see if they bring the punt team out. And man, if he had given that ball to Zay, Gus Edwards was the lead blocker on the play. Would have been looked like a huge play. And there they are talking about Van Winkle. And Ravens going to go for it on a 4th and 2. Strong formation right. Ricard on the outside of that formation. Might just be a hard count. 4, 3, 2, 1. And going to let the play clock expire. And delay a game as Jordan Stout walks out for the Ravens. Of course, leading 35-13 with 6 minutes left here. 6:10, I'm sorry, in the third. Update, by the way, Jacksonville extending their lead over the Panthers, now up 19-0 as Bryce Young's horrible season continues down there in Carolina. And Jacksonville, of course, without Trevor Lawrence today, so good sign for the Jaguars that they can still make something happen even without Lawrence. Darth Maul giving that let's go Ravens in the chat. And again, thank you for all the flock members joining us today. We got that Poe action up on screen as I believe that's Barrios, the man back to return for the Dolphins. God, I wish I had my massage gun, honestly, like here beside me. Punt up by Stout. Good return coverage. Oh, backwards punt bounce. Going to be down, it looks like maybe the 23, 22-yard line. And not bad field position. About 75 yards approximately for the Dolphins offense as they're honestly just looking to not turn over the ball after some costly turnovers. But, you know, just again, you got to give credit to this Ravens defense. Oh my God, my neck. And of course, identical first quarters, but since then, Baltimore 263 yards to Miami's 139 yards, doubling the yardage. Tua looking right, doesn't have his first read, goes to his tight end on the second, and Julian Hill with a good gain on the right side, going to get a first down, 5:25 and ticking. And Michael Pierce and Daryl Worley, both with head injuries on that big tackle earlier. They are listed as questionable to return. So 2 more injuries racking up for the Ravens defense. 2nd and 1. Ball at the 31-yard line of the Dolphins. Achane flipping to the opposite side. Motion by the tight end. They're going to run that way. And gain of maybe 3 on the play by Achane. Oh my God. And Achane now over 100 yards on the day on the ground. And again, for those that don't know, we got a lot of aspirations to be a scout here on the channel. And during our draft special, Achane leading the way, focused mostly on guys going to be second-round picks or later. My running back room and my pre-draft special offense looking all pro. Handoff going right on the play, cut back to the middle. Achane still going, and that's going to be a gain of, it looks like maybe, still going, maybe 5 or 6 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and manageable. Officially a gain of 6 on the play. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to slide off camera. I'm honestly, I'm going to take a dab and hope it kind of relieves some of the pressure here in my head and behind my eyes. I'll still be on the mic. Oh my God. My head feels like it's going to explode. Oh. 2nd and 4, 3:40 here on the clock. God, and we just bought like a brand new, like multi-$1,000 bed, brand new pillows, guys, like trying to help my back and neck. Tua going deep left and incomplete. Penalty marker thrown though. So little bit of contact before. So we also saw him throw the hat because his couldn't throw his flag, got jammed up in his belt. Might be pass interference on the Ravens defense. Let's see what this is. They're discussing the play here on the left sideline. Illegal contact. That's going to be against Rock Ya-Sin as his rough day continues for the Ravens. And that's going to be 5 yards, automatic first down. And Arthur Mollett limping off field for the Ravens as the Ravens secondary issues continue. Again, for those that don't know, Brandon Stevens out, Demarion Williams out, Kyle Hamilton out. We saw Marlon Humphrey go out with a calf injury earlier. Daryl Worley down now for the Ravens. And, of course, now Arthur Mollett also down as the Ravens just might have to start playing nothing but linebacker packages. Little fake toss left, jet screen right, and Hill able to get nothing on the play. Great open field tackle on the play. That's Tavius Robinson, the rookie for the Ravens, with a great tackle. And Leon Eichenberg down for the Dolphins. For those that didn't see the R&R episode on Friday, the entire Dolphins O-line was on the injury report on Thursday. Eichenberg, one of those guys, down with looks like a leg injury. Jonathan Thompson says, we're the first in the AFC South. Congrats to that, my guy. Alfonso says, a blowout is likely if we pour it on. No chivalry, Harbaugh. More gas. I know Harbaugh needs to be hitting the gas harder than I am here on my dab rig, right? Doo-doo. Oh, they just showed that guy in the commercial, so we got to play that GIF. We had this one queued up for the draft. Again, we got fun little gifts we always queue up here on the stream. This one was actually part of our draft when we did our fantasy draft. I thought it was a funny one. You've chosen wisely, my friends. And this is the one we usually like to end the channel out here with. But I really had a good time watching football with you. And don't forget, if you had a good time watching football with me, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for all of our content here on Darwin's Raven. Of course, we always have a lot more content here in the off season, more than our play-by-plays that we normally do. So, we're trying here, guys. We're trying. Backup center in for the Miami Dolphins. Keep an eye on that as Tua gets pressured on the right side. And scramble is going to be a gain of what looks like 8 on the play, bringing up 3rd and 2. And I'm so confused. They said 5 yards, but it's 2nd and 10, and I'm so confused what's going on. Am I, like, behind? I'm going to refresh my game just to be sure on it. Oh, my God, I need my massage gun. I appreciate all the get better soon, guys. I really do, Like I said, I'm also going back to the gym, trying to get back in shape, hoping maybe like a little bit of muscle strength in my shoulders will help my neck. So we're trying a bunch of different things. 3rd and 5. Okay, so my game and stuff was not synced up. Tua going deep right. He's got a man open. And Cedric Wilson got a first down catch. 2:05 here in the 3rd as the Ravens lead 35-13, of course. And we've got an update across the NFL here. And Brock Purdy getting a little bit of that revenge, putting his best Lamar Jackson impression on. He's 19-25 for 201 yards before that touchdown catch, his second of the day to Debo. They're leading 27-10 with 8:50 in the 4th. San Francisco, of course, can clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC with a win and a Philadelphia loss. So they're going to be keeping on that Philly game. Handoff going left. That's Achane, and nowhere to go on the play. That's Arthur Mullet. Good to see him back in the game. Arthur Mullet been pretty good in coverage, but excellent in run defense for the Ravens this year. And again, glad to see him back on the field for the Ravens. College Life says, all I feel is pain. Oh, I'm sorry, my guy, College. I'm looking forward to Mike McDaniel's little sound bits after the game. I feel for you. For those that don't know, all College Life is a Dolphins fan, but we really like him here on the channel. We got respect for the Dolphins, and he's always shown respect to us. Just a lot of, even when he does talk shit, it's like loving shit talk, so we like him here. Tua going deep left, and it looked like a catch, but Chase Claypool had a touchdown in the back right corner, but bobbles it as the receiver issues continue for Miami. Great play by Darby. Kind of gets a last-minute hand on that ball as he's going down. And, that's a heartbreaker for... Yep, and that's a correct drop catch. And Dolphins fans punching College Life in his dorm somewhere. Now, College Life, remember, don't be a Kyle. We don't punch walls. Be like your boy Darwin's Raven. Only punch things that you know you can't break and don't leave marks. 3rd and 11. Tua going short on the right side and gonna have a catch, but of course short of the first down. 35 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter as I'm guessing the field goal team's going to come out here from Miami. Darth Maul said, already did. I'll join back later. And again, yeah, guys, if you like what you're watching, we're going to also be calling the Vikings-Packers game later as long as my neck is feeling okay. The girlfriend giving up some critical time here on New Year's Eve to let us chase this dream here on the YouTube channel. 4th and 4, offense still out there. 7 seconds. Snap is away. Tua looking short left. Got Barrios, it looks like, and got a first down as the quarter comes to an end. So going to flip the fields here to start the 4th quarter. Baltimore leads 35-13 as the 4th quarter's getting ready to get started here in M&T Bank. Because the only thing dripping, guys, should be your style. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Sorry, I don't know about y'all. Sometimes some of the commercials, I like them when they're kind of funny. Darth Maul says, I have to eat, never mind. I agree, my guys. Let me ask chat, if you're in chat, what's going to be your New Year's Eve dinner? What you got planned for dinner tonight? I know in between this game and the night game that's, I believe, on NBC Peacock, we got some rotisserie chicken we picked up from Publix Superstore earlier. So I'm going to shred some nice rotisserie chicken. I'm going to make some nice plain rice, white rice, nice and simple. Maybe a little bit of bread. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my vegetable option yet, but we got plenty of things here in the house. But, we're going to have a nice, very just bland, basic dinner, just light salt, pepper. I'm looking forward to it. My girlfriend brought home the rotisserie chicken earlier, and I could smell it the moment she walked in the door. Shout out to my boys and girls at Publix. That popcorn chicken has no business being that good. And we're talking just fun stuff because we're on commercial break. I don't know if I got anyone that likes to eat Wendy's. If your boy ever gets famous, Wendy's, holler at your boy. I would love to have a sponsorship. I actually redid Wendy's corporate payroll for the entire state of Nevada with the introduction of a new overtime law. That was one of the fun little special project jobs I got to do when I was living in Colorado. But if you ever go to Wendy's, you got to get the biggie bag, all right? Hear me out, chat. You got to get that $5 biggie bag, whatever it is. You get the crispy chicken BLT. Now, I'm not a fan of mayo, but you can leave the mayo on if you want. But here's the thing. You got to sub your cheese. You can't let them put no American or cheddar cheese on that sandwich. You got to tell them sub Asiago cheese. Asiago pairs really well with bacon. I also do it with no tomato. But what completes this meal, what pulls it together, guys, is when they ask you for your sauce, for your nuggets, you got to tell them, I want cheese sauce. The cheese sauce pairs well with the really salty fries and their nuggets. It's my go-to, one of my favorite go-to meals at Wendy's. They have an Asiago chicken sandwich. Oh, and 8chan almost got a touchdown on that run. And I'm sorry, that's Wilson, who's now down and injured, it looks like. Winston as he barrels into a cameraman. But they've got a Asiago chicken sandwich on the menu, but it's like $8 to $10 plus. If you do it the way I'm telling you, it's a different cut of chicken. It actually takes less time to cook. The crew will love you late night if you order it because it takes less time to cook. And of course, like I said, it's cheaper, but while still being absolutely delicious. My Wendy's hack, please sponsor me, Wendy's. Let's make that a meal. We'll sell it a lot in Baltimore. But all right, back to the game. 2nd and goal as the fourth quarter gets started here. 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Miami Dolphins picking up the pace a little bit. Ingold, the man in motion, play action. Brent Urban chasing them. They're going to the back of the end zone and pushed but out of bounds. I know Dolphin fans were probably screaming for a flag, but the tight end was already ran out of the back of, as they're saying right there. So, but we've got a late flag on the play as Patrick Queen got his hands on his hips. He's breathing hard. Jonathan says Raven Niners and Super Bowl. And I don't know if y'all have ever seen, there's been a lot of like conspiracy theories that whenever they release the Super Bowl logo, like the past 3 years, the colors of the logo have basically been the two teams that played. And this year it was red and purple, which basically meant Niners, Ravens, or Vikings. And and Tua got 8chan with a huge leaping catch in the back of the end zone. Miami staying alive in this game. That's going to bring this game after the PAT to 20-35. Ravens, of course, still leading this game. And look at the small 8chan with a huge elevation on this catch. And Roquan and Patrick Queen both sandwiching him there, trying to knock that ball out. Great effort. And actually, Miami looks like they're going to attempt the PAT. So let me back this point back up. Empty backfield here for the Dolphins. So 5 wide. Strong left for the Dolphins. Tyreek in motion. Hill throwing back shoulder. And Geno Stone able to get a hand in there. The tight end had his route open on the back pylon. That's Hill, 89. And Miami with a good play call, a good route run, but tight end not able to bring it in, and Geno Stone with a great effort on the backside of that play. Going to actually leave this 35-19 as the Ravens might get the ball back. Ravens flock, mark my words right now. Be careful of a fake kick, onside kick here, basically, by the Dolphins. I feel like they know that they kind of got to pick up their scoring tempo at this point. And with that, Mike McDaniels is a crafty guy. So look out for a trick onside kick here when they come back after this commercial. Mark my words. Zen says, I know we won this game, but we got to lock in on the 4th. Exactly, dude. As Ray Lewis once said, smile, it's a 60-minute ball game. It's never over, you know. Oh boy, Bumblebee Tuna. Alfonso says, this is not over. Pour it on, Ravens. College Life says, Tua, what is going on? Pain. You know, College Life, Jalen Waddle out. Raheem Mostert out. Robert Hunt out. You just lost your starting center. Tyler Kroft, who's one of your key backup tight ends, out. You know, your entire offensive line was on the injury report at one point. I think Mike McDaniels went for some more max protect packages. Like we saw earlier on one of the interceptions, there was only 2 to 3 guys even downfield for the Dolphins on that play. But the thing is, the Ravens are playing a lot of zone, which they're basically saying, hey, we're giving up certain throwing lanes. But the thing is this, if you're even off by 1 to 3 feet on the throw, there's a Ravens on either side of the play, essentially. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these tip ball interceptions lately. They're playing really good, a better version of the bend, don't break mentality. One of the key stats we found in the 49ers game is the Ravens actually played a lot more akin to a 4-3 difference in how they attacked everything and the zones that they played, akin to actually like Jim Schwartz, Greg Williams type of schemes. But the big difference is the Ravens have never been able to get that pressure with a 4-man front. Jadeveon Clowney, Odafe Owe, Kyle Van Noy, Matabike, and Urban are getting it done through excellent effort, but great scheming by Mike McDonald, the sophomore coordinator, of course, of the Baltimore Ravens. And Tylan Wallace back to return this, going to fair catch it in the end zone. And with 13:57, the Ravens are going to get started here at the 25-yard line. But that would be my expert opinion take on it if I had to, my guy. But like you said, they got to get their shit together if they want to win this. And they did not go for a fake onside, which I'm a little surprised. Jonathan Thompson cheering on the Birds. Let's go. And again, guys, thanks for everyone joining us here on New Year's Eve. You're helping the dream come true. We're trying to head to the Pro Bowl and the draft this year. Every super chat, super thanks, membership, and all those help us. But every view and like also equally important. Jackson rolling right hits Bateman, and that's a first down and some as Ramsey getting a little chippy after the play. 13:45 and ticking as the Ravens working with a fresh set of downs. Update, by the way, Texans leading 26-3 over the Tennessee Titans. They are at the 2-minute warning as C.J. Stroud getting the Houston Texans back on track and in that AFC, wild card or AFC South, race. We're secretly rooting for the Texans a little bit, except when we're playing them. We already beat them once, right? Another 7 points would definitely help, chat. I definitely agree. Jackson looking right. Got Bateman on a slant and some. He's across the 50 down at what looks like the 48 of the Dolphins. 13:05 as the Ravens are passing it. And like a lot of my chat wanted, keeping the gas going here in Baltimore. Happy New Year to everyone joining us here. And by the way, Buffalo taking the lead in this game, 27-21 update in that game with 11 minutes left. They've got a game going on as Buffalo trying to, get that AFC East. If they lose this game, Buffalo still has a chance in week 18 to take the AFC East. So I know my moderator Chimera is rooting for my Ravens right now. As Christopher said in chat, thank you for putting that up in chat, Christopher. Lamar, 16-19 for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns today. Lamar also trying to put the stamp on that MVP race. Because again, if Lamar finishes and he doesn't really have to play next week, and again, was the signing, for those that don't know, the Ravens signed Malik Cunningham, the former quarterback of the Patriots, to be one of these backups for Lamar. Was that in the idea that the Ravens might take the number 1 seed and be able to rest their starters in the final week? So needed another, Justice Hill with a huge run to the left, 20, 15, 10, 5, he's down at the 4-yard line as the Ravens finally run the ball on this drive. Pass, run, basically. And Raven fans are celebrating early in M&T Bank Stadium. And what a block right there by, I believe that was Aguilar. Yep, they're giving him credit right there now, the broadcasters. And Deshaun Elliott saying, man, why did I leave the Ravens? But we had Marcus Williams and Justice Hill and Gus Edwards showing everybody that even though we've got injuries, we still got dogs in Baltimore. You feel me? First and goal, handoff going right. That's Gus. And going to be a gain of just a yard or two. Brings up second and goal, 10:55 here in the 4th. Zen, Justice Hill, what a run. Agreed, my guy. Colin says, what's the temperature in Baltimore right now? I'm not sure. I think it's a little chilly, though, based on what everyone's wearing. And I have seen, like, the heat-like things, that after effect from the heat lamps on the Miami side. So I think Miami brought the heaters to Baltimore. So might be a little chilly at M&T Bank today. Christopher says, I want Buffalo to lose. Oh, man. Don't tell Chimera that. Alfonso says, feed the fish a 60 everything burger. Handoff going middle. That's Edwards, and he's going to be tackled actually for a loss there. Going to be at the 5-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and goal. Ravens needing 5 to punch it in. I don't know if y'all have it where you live, wherever you live. I'm not a big burger guy myself, but if you haven't had a Culver's Butter Burger, and again, shout out to Culver's, please sponsor me. Culver's, and actually, Freddy's got a good burger too. But Culver's Butter Burgers, again, beautiful. Get some onion rings as your side. Put some onion rings on your burger as well as some fried onion rings with some pickles. Oh, Jackson going to Ricard. Patrick Ricard hauling in it with one hand. And I told people Patrick Ricard could catch on the 49ers podcast. And Ricard getting a touchdown, adding on the lead. Ravens past the 40-point threshold. Barring the PAT, going to be 42-19 in Baltimore. My God, guys, I'm going to lose my voice before I get to this night game. And for people that don't know, Dan Orlovsky, the former quarterback NFL analyst, gave a really big compliment to Todd Monken's offense. His exact comments were, Todd Monken's offense is a chameleon because he shows you so many things and he'll show you so many looks that look the same and then he does different things out of them. So, and then what he also does, like Mike McDonald, his counterpart on the defensive side, they do a great job individually game planning for each team, especially in the bigger games and moments. And as we're seeing, sometimes you ISO OBJ. Sometimes, you're seeing a lot of those slant runs. A lot of times we're running bubble screens to Zay. Sometimes it's the deep crossers like we used to do with Mark Andrews. They really have, depending on where they're, the way to think of it is this. Todd Monken has a lot of plays where they're what I call probing plays. These are plays that are designed to kind of see what the defense is going to respond to, if you get what I'm saying. So you might run the slant over the middle a few times and see, hey, do they have something planned to, drop the safety into, a robber situation and take away the slant? Are they going to try to fake the pressure from a backer and then drop him out to cover the slant? Like, what's going to be their call for this game more so, or what's the preferred call? And as he gets a feel, Monken does a good job of slowly evolving his offense for the opponent. Again, I cannot preach enough, Flock, how much I currently love both of our coordinators. And you also got to give a shout out to the entire staff, offense and defense. The Ravens brought in, I believe it's Chuck Smith. Chuck Smith, and I'm sorry if I get the name wrong, pass rush specialist, actually used to hold camps where a lot of NFL players would come in the offseason. The Ravens brought him in this offseason to help develop these guys with McDonald, who already has been given credit back in college from Ojabo and Hutchinson for how he was able to develop them as stand-up 3-4 outside pass rushers. So again, you just got to give so much credit to a lot of these coaches for what they've done. Sorry to go on one of my rants, guys. QC says Culver's got good ice cream. Technically, it's custard. It's not ice cream. It's custard, frozen custard. But yes, it is delicious. Lamar Jackson now 18-21, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns. That ties his career high. Second time he's done it versus the Miami Dolphins. It's just something about that Miami. He grew up here in Florida around Miami, I believe the Hollywood area. So maybe it's just something about Miami even playing them. He just feels good. Return going right, going to be tackled at the 25, so right where he would have been if he took a knee. 9:34 here in the fourth as it's a 42-19 blowout in Baltimore. Alfonso says more. Pour it on. All other goods coordinators stat pad their QBs. And again, for those that don't know, Lamar was on pace at one point for 3,800 passing yards, 900 rushing yards, first ever in NFL history. During the Niners game, he fell like 7 yards behind that pace for rushing. But, passing-wise, he's looking good. Clowney pressures, and they were trying to set up a little naked bootleg for Tua. Clowney, though, excellent read and able to swat the ball down as the RAVENS chants get started here in Baltimore with 9:31 left. Let's see here. QC says their pistachio ice cream hit different, though. Oh, I would be about that life. My girlfriend actually has a egg white allergy and a egg or a peanut allergy. I'm telling you guys, that makes baking so hard for her. Screenplay going right. That's Achan and still going, but only a yard on the play. Christopher says, man, tomorrow going to be talking all that kind of ish. Oh, dude, Raven Flock's going to explode on the trash talking tomorrow. Zen says, bro, I thought this was going to be a hell of a game. I agree, my guy. Alfonso says, I love onion rings on burgers as well as putang on burgers. Haha, you wouldn't think I would have known how to say that. I spent some time in Marquette, Michigan during the Delta Northwest merger. I could have walked into Canada, so I know poutine. 3rd and 8, though. Ball on the 27.5 as Ravens might have gone too early. Owe going to get there, though, barring no flags. And finally, our boy Owe going to get one. And let's see if they got it. Oh, wrong one. And it doesn't look like Odafe Owe was offsides. Just looks like he was that fast. Let's go, Ravens. Thank God. I'm so glad to see. I've been rooting for Odafe to break out for years, guys. For years since we've had him. Let's go. 4th and 13. They're going for it. Tua stepping up. He's going to run for it. And having a slide early, going to be short by 2 or 3 yards as Queen comes up holding, looks like his right shoulder a little bit. That's not good to see. And he's still down. He's going to stay down. He's holding his right, like maybe collarbone shoulder area. And there he is. Thankfully, he's up. Tua's a little shaken up as well. But the Ravens are going to get the ball back with 7:55 in this game, as this game's probably over, as Mike McDaniel's probably coming to tell his quarterback, hey, man, it's over. Like, I would not be surprised if the Dolphins do not put Tua back out there today. Alfonso says, more passing. Let Lamar cook and get these reps. Do not let him sit next game. And I actually kind of want to see, even if, of course, we could sit our starters next week, I would, of course, like to see the starters, I've already put some thought in this, play at least one quarter, if not a half of football. Basically, a fun little fact, muscles begin to deteriorate 2 weeks after they're not really used the same. So taking a week off and then a first round bye, even though, of course, there would be practices, we talk about all the time, there's no way to simulate game shape. So I feel like it would be important to get a little bit of snaps in that last game. Like I said, maybe just a quarter, maybe even just a drive or two. Treat it like a preseason game a little bit, like the final preseason game. But, of course, the game won't mean too much to us. College Life says, patty egg onion ring filled with pulled pork or brisket with some barbecue sauce and some cheddar cheese. That is delicious. You know what though? I don't like cheddar with barbecue sauce. That's one of my hot takes. It's not that it's bad. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Lamar going to keep it running. He's got a first down and some, and down at the 22. Lamar's trying to get that 3,800 passing 900, become the first in NFL history. And him and Zach Sealer, the former Raven, Ozzie Newsome's last pick of the draft, having a little bit of words, but they're smiling and laughing, having a good time. TTV Elite says, man, all our guys are getting injured. I know, that's why it's important we get that first round bye. And Alfonso says, protect Lamar, but let him cook for 6 TDs. I know, I want Lamar to break. I think it would only be greater if he became first player in NFL history with 3,800 passing, 900 rushing, and, of course, won the MVP, and, of course, went on to win the Super Bowl that year, and just finally... and we've got a false start on Patrick Ricard with 624. But, I'm going to be honest, guys. If I could say one thing, I want Lamar to win this so bad. I want him to win it for all of the Raven fans. I want him to win it for that whole new generation of fans that Lamar has brought to the Ravens. I want him to win this for Goose and oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot the other name. It overlaps with someone else's name. That's what's getting me. But also, I want to shut up the people that have been calling Lamar a running back for years. The people that have been baiting Lamar for years. The people that say, I want a quarterback that's quarterbacky. You know what I'm saying? I want to shut those shit talkers up once and for all, and just get rid of these horrible arguments that are where they pick and choose, very picky and choose stats to try to, make an argument against Lamar. And of course, if Lamar has a record-breaking year, wins MVP, and goes to win the Super Bowl, we can finally get rid of all those shit talkers. But Melvin Gordon in now for the Ravens as the backups are starting to come in. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 6, it looks like, as we've got some fighting now, as still some hands getting thrown, multiple flags coming out. Let's see how this goes. Zen says, first time I've seen Gordon third all season. That's actually, Zen, because after Melvin Gordon was, of course, reduced to the practice squad after the Keaton Mitchell injury, he was elevated to the active roster, as well as the, if I'm not mistaken, the former University of Michigan, University of Maryland, the Terrapin running back, Mann, was signed to the practice squad, one of the local favorites to maybe eventually get called up, and maybe instead of Melvin Ingram, but we'll see. And Let's see the flag. We've got, oh, both fouls are on the Dolphins. Oh, Dolphins are going to be mad about that. Christopher chanting, Aussie, Aussie. Christopher, what the hell is quarterbacking? That's what we're saying. And for those that aren't aware, the analyst on Fox Sports talk show was kind of, basically making an argument against Lamar not winning the MVP. And honestly, it wasn't a terrible argument until all of a sudden she's like, I don't know, man. I just want my quarterbacks to be, I don't know, quarterbacky. And then also echoed some comment about like Lamar not being a superstar, basically, which is an echo chamber of another bad Fox Sports talk show, which we're not going to name. They backtracked that. One of the original posts got taken down immediately because, people were calling the lady a racist and all this. I believe we talked about it on the Friday R&R, but also after when I was looking at the video, it was like, weirdly, did my PowerPoint skip the slide and I forgot to talk about it? But yeah, that's what when I say the quarterbacks that are quarterbacky comment, we're making fun of that. So, and after, of course, the unsportsmanlike penalty against the Dolphins, the Ravens got a fresh set to down. Going to be 1 run left, and then not much. 2nd and goal, ball at the 7-yard line. Wallace, the man in motion now. Ravens running it up the middle. That's Melvin Gordon again, driving, and he looks like he's in for the touchdown. And Melvin Gordon with a second push by the offensive line is going to extend this lead. As the Ravens' historic season continues. Thank you, Boblo Bank, for the subscribe, my guy. I appreciate you. I got recommended this channel by Oak Squirrel. My boy, Oak. Appreciate it. But Melvin Gordon extending the lead, of course, for the Ravens now. Barring the PAT, now going to be a 49-19 game. Ravens with a 30-point lead with 4:11 left in the fourth, as I'm sure the backups are headed for the field for both teams at this point. I don't know if anyone ever predicted this game being like this, but welcome back, my boy Darth Maul Gaming. Happy birthday again. Playing the Darth Maul gift for him. Free Guapo says, let's go, Poe. I know, right? We gotta gear up the Poe gift, right? And we appreciate every single one of y'all for hanging out with us so far here on New Year's Eve. There's a lot of different channels you could be hanging with, but you're hanging out with us here on Darwin's Raven, aka D-Rave. You can also call me Levi. That's my real name. We live down here in Florida, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like the channel. We're trying to go to the Pro Bowl, also trying to go live at the NFL Draft. We do a lot of draft coverage. Officially, January 15th, if I'm not mistaken, is the last day for the players to commit to the NFL Draft. So that's going to be a big day. Maybe we'll go live or do a video and talk about some of the last-minute decisions and, of course, the people underclassmen that get approved by the NFL to come out, which is always a big story. But what a day Lamar has had, guys. Like, historic. On pace for that 3,800 passing yards, 900 rushing yards. Zay Flowers, of course, with his 100-plus yard receiving day, breaking Torrey Smith's receiving yard record for rookies for the Ravens. Little tongue-tying there. Free Guapo starting the MVP chant in the channel. And Mike White coming in for the Dolphins now. And Darth Maul says, can you give me that one more shout out from my president? And oh my God, ball is out. The Ravens have it. And bad snap as the Ravens. That's Trenton Simpson, the former Clemson Tiger, gets the ball. And with that, this game is over, guys. and it's a pitch. The backup running back thinks it's going to be a handoff, and it's over, guys. It is over. Go Ravens. And let's officially here pick the winner. I think it is officially safe to guys. The Baltimore Ravens will win this game. So let's say the Ravens are the winning option officially in the Streamlabs poll. There was 33,000 points to give out. Streamlabs should have given you 2 to 3 times the points you bet. Congratulations to anyone and everyone that bet. You can do exclamation points to check your points here at the end. But what a game by Baltimore. Again, Zay making history. Lamar staying on pace to make history. Just trying to seal that MVP race. I feel like he kind of did so. Anyone that doesn't say Lamar is the MVP, based solely going off the stats. And again, Lamar, 18 to 21, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns, a perfect rating of 158.3. So what potentially might be Lamar's last game of the regular season, finishing with a perfect rating on the day, over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns on the day. What a way to end potentially your MVP race. But if you haven't watched Lamar play, that's why you don't understand the MVP talk, because Lamar has been buying so much time in these past few weeks. And the Ravens and Todd Monken have been really buckling down on what is called your scramble rules, basically. Different little rules for the wide receivers to follow when Lamar is buying that extra time. OBJ finally said it a few weeks ago. I finally realized you can never give up on a play when Lamar Jackson's your quarterback. If you actually go back to the Ravens R&R episode I put out on Friday, guys, one of the slides, we actually have some of the route charts from the Ravens wide receivers on the Christmas game, just showing how funky they got, running with Lamar buying time. Make sure you go back and check it out on my videos. Of course, as always, make sure you go back and check out my pre-draft. Oh, Nick Chubb down for the Dolphins, grasping his knee. That could be absolutely heartbreaking for the Dolphins. Prayers up to Chubb real quick, guys. Everyone in chat. Actually, I've got the stream bot just for this moment. Hold on. And Chubb's knee just gave out on the play. Darth Maul Gaming, my boy in chat, by the way. The flock gives out a prayer for Chubb, as that just looking at it looks like it could be a season-ending injury for the Dolphins. We never like to see that, so oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking. But yeah, guys, we did a lot of draft special coverage last year. Actually, it's funny. If you go back to my live special, you can find my combine coverage where I hit the blue screen of death live and my PC just cut out on me. It was one of the reasons why it took me a while to come back. We had to take the PC apart, do a few upgrades, do some deep hard cleaning, reset some stuff. But we did a pre-draft special where we focused on guys that were going to be picked second round or later, really trying to find those deep stars in the draft. We picked basically 5 players at every position group. We did a draft special for offense and defense. Should be under some of my playlist as well as my live section. But again, it's one of my things of making some of my bets and calls before the draft with my aspirations to be a scout in the NFL or just for any, serious team, college or NFL. Of course, A-Chan leading the way in my running back room looking outstanding. We will be doing a follow-up video at the end of the regular season. Might actually do it this week coming up, that since there's 1 week left and starters might be rested across the NFL. So actually look forward to that coming out maybe in the next week, our follow-up video on those guys. But yeah, appreciate everyone for the prayers up for our boy Bradley Chubb on the Dolphins. We like I said, we never see the injuries. But big shout outs to, we got Darth Maul Gaming having a birthday today. Congrats, my guy. Mark Wilson joining us in late. Zen, Ravens Gunny, TT Lit, Christopher, my boy Azo, of course, our boy Chimera, our moderator on the channel, who's probably watching the his Bills play right now. Oak Squirrel and Free Guapo, of course, coming back in. Bo Blocks joining us. College Life, I'm sorry about your Dolphins. And if I didn't say your name, drop it in chat real quick before we get ready to get out of here. But we're going to go spend a little bit of time with the girlfriend, put the heating pad on my neck, use the massage gun to try to loosen up my neck. If you enjoyed the game, come back. Maybe we'll have a more relaxed vibe, drinking some Crown tonight. We're calling, of course, the Vikings-Packers game, as that really has some NFC playoff on the line, you know what I'm saying, for that division. But what can I say? Congrats to all the members of Raven Flock. We had a huge game today. Lamar kind of making sure to put that stamp on the MVP race. And of course, I mean, I'm ear to ear smiling as we lock up that #1 seed in the AFC. We've also got some crazy DVOA stats, you know, we talked about. And they carted Bradley Chubb off the field. So that's, again, shout out to Bradley Chubb. We hope you're okay, my guy. Philly Special coming in and said, I'm done with this shit. Welcome in, my boy Philly. He's, of course, a Philly fan. Does some card pack opening videos as well. Great young man. But with 2:35, guys, I might be heading to end the stream a little early. Just for the fact, like I said, it's New Year's Eve. Girlfriend's chilling in the other room. And oh my God, Huntley just extends the lead. Charlie Kohler, the sophomore out of Iowa State, going to extend this lead. Hold on, we got to update that score before we get out of here. That's going to be, barring PAT, 56-19. As, oh my God, Tyler Huntley connects with another tight end. What is going on? My boy says, one more Darth Maul video. All right, I got you. One more Darth Maul gift. 1v7ing some Jedis. TT Violet says, this is just sad. Christopher, like he said, Ravens standing on business today. 10 toes down on the business. But of course, guys, before we get out of here, like we've said many times, we said it today to the Dolphins, like Captain Holt used to say, I'm going to crush you like a can of Diet Seltzer water. And we did that today. Make sure, like Joe Swanson says, smash that like button before you head out today. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you get that notification every time we go live and put out videos. We don't spam like other channels out there. Of course, we'll be live here later tonight. Make sure you come back and join us for that live stream if you enjoyed what you watched today. Maybe we'll have a little more fun shit talking in that, little bit less play-by-play. Sometimes we even put up to a vote. But if I don't see you again tonight, Happy New Year. I hope you get to spend some time with your loved ones. All your blessings. I hope all your New Year's resolutions come true. This was one of mine. And for our final gift before we get out of here for the night, hold on, let me get it up. We got the Simpsons. But I really had a good time watching football with you. And if you had a good time watching here on Darwin's Raven, a.k.a. D-Rave, a.k.a. Levi with me today, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with every single one of y'all today. And come back and hang out with us. Oh, we got the old boy dropping in a super chat. Hold on, we got to make sure we shout out to him. Adding on to our potential Pro Bowl and draft. Again, every super chat, every membership, every super thank donation helps us get a little closer to better coverage at the Pro Bowl and potential live coverage at the NFL draft in Detroit. If you're going to the Pro Bowl, make sure you hit me up on Darwin's Raven 20 on Twitter. Again, thank you, the old boy, coming in with the super chat. But See you tonight. Happy New Year's.